Hayes County. Again, the opening kickoff will go the way of the Chaparrals. Folks, we apologize here on 1530 ESPN Austin. We've had huge technical difficulties here, but we will join you live, again, not only on 1530 ESPN Austin, but here on the Chap Signal at 102.9 FM inside Hayes County and inside Bob Shelton Stadium. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Perry Watson. Again, you're going to have to bear with us here. It'll be first down and 10 for the Westlake Chaparrals, a touchback on the opening kickoff, and it will be Walker Copeland and company. And the first carry goes to Ryan Swope. Swope across the 25, out to the 28-yard line, to the 29, out to the 30. A first down run for Ryan Swope. Again, Westlake's offense, again, starting like this as we take a look at it. On the line, the tackles are Ross Cooper along with David Dyer. The guards are Jay Messer and Patrick Jupy. At tight end, Kendrick Cutzinger. The wide receiver, Michael Walker. Walker Copeland again under center, and Brad Dornack along with Ryan Swope in the backfield. That's the starting lineup for the offense, and we apologize for all of our technical difficulty. We'll get you the starting lineup on the defensive side of the ball as Justin Tucker is checked into the game. He'll go in motion to the far side right. Rolling the pocket is Copeland. Fires over the middle, has a man. It's Swope. First he runs it, then he catches it, and it's a sizable gain of 11 yards out to the 41-yard line. First down Westlake. That first down brought to you by Apple Commercial Leasing. Call or click 33 Lease. It's a shotgun start, Perry Watson. Welcome to the game.
Yeah, it was a shotgun start. I tell you what, Westlake's moving the ball right now, and I'll give you some of the starting defense for the Reagan Rattlers, and we'll give you the rest as we can. Up front, they've got Spencer Neely, Jim Roberts, Josh Dam, and Cody Ramirez. And the linebackers are Preston Martin, Donald Harvey, Dexter Oney. Will give you the rest after this play.
And it'll be first down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Low snap, but the handoff will go up the middle to Brad Dornack. Huge running room across the middle of the field, and he crosses the 50-yard line at the 45-yard line inside Rattler territory. And right now, Perry Watson, loads of room up the middle. Stop made by LaQuincy McCall.
Yeah, and that McCall is a free safety, and that tells you something when the free safeties come to make a tackle, and it's beyond the first down markers. And he's back there with Tyler Moore at one corner, Robbie Van Coor is the other, and Lee Reitz is the strong safety.
Cutzinger split out. Cutzinger again splitting out to the near side left, and it's a quarterback keeper. Now Walker Copeland trying to work his way through traffic. He does, down to the 40-yard line. Nice pickup of 4 yards. Didn't look like there was a lot there for Walker Copeland, but he literally just used his eyes and worked his way through traffic.
You're right, Joe. There wasn't much there, and Walker was looking like a rat in a room full of cats trying to get away from the defenders, and it was Cody Ramirez, the end for the Reagan Rattlers, who made the stop, but Copeland picked up about 3.5, 4 yards when there was nothing.
So again, it'll be second down and short. Again, the first down marker at the 40-yard line. And again, first down marker, inside the 35 at the 34. Copeland going deep, has a man. It's Swope. The pass is wobbling, but Swope somehow makes the grab, but he coughed it up. He could not hold on to it. Excellent coverage there by Matt Smith down at the near sideline as he goes down to readjust his shoe. Swope had it, but the pass looked like a duck.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, that pass looked like it could have been picked off, and Swope turned from offensive receiver to defender and then receiver again, and was able to get his hands on it, was unable to come down with it, so that pass stayed up in the air a long time.
Third down and 6 for the Chaparrals, and again, we welcome you to live coverage of Westlake High School football. There's our crowd mic for you. Again, we just had some huge technical difficulties here. Again, and we will join Rob Durkee as soon as possible. Again, under center on third down. Rolling the pocket to the near side is Copeland. Retreats, has a lot of room open. He's still looking to pass. He does, and that pass is incomplete, and that's unfortunate because Walker Copeland had all day to pick up the first down, going to the far right side, and you can hear the Reagan faithful on the opposite side of the field here at Bob Shelton Stadium. They love it, and they forced the stop, have the Reagan Rattler defense.
Joe, you are correct. It looked like Copeland had some free sailing. He had one blocker out front with one guy, and all he had to do was just elude that one guy. With his speed, it looked like a defensive lineman. He could have gotten around him. Chose to throw the ball, and he tried to squeeze it in where the coverage was very tight and was unable to do it, and the Chaps are having a punt right now.
Indeed, it'll be Justin Tucker, and we'll try to take a look at the Westlake Chaparral defense here in just a moment after the punt. Justin Tucker averaging 38 yards a punt, but he hadn't had to do very much of it. He'll kick it from his own 50-yard line, kind of knuckleballs it inside the 10-yard line, angling punt, and it'll bounce out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Excellent job, and field position is going to be the name of the game today, Perry Watson, as we meet the San Antonio Reagan Rattler offense.
And here they are up front. The center is Pat Martinez. The guards are Shawnee Monde and Jamie Villafuerte. The tackles are Samson Torres and J.T. Williams. The tight end is Zach Bench, and the receiver is Taylor Morris on one side. In the backfield, the quarterback is Derek Walls. The running backs, Marcus Wright, he is their go-to guy. He's gotten over 2,000 yards this year, 32 touchdowns. Marcus Wright, who's a senior. And you'll also see Ben Wheeler along with Nathan Dawson.
We'll get to the Westlake defense here in just a moment after this first down play. Shotgun set, first down and 10 from the Rattlers' 7-yard line. The handoff will go to Marcus Wright. Wright trying to work his way around the left side. He does, stutter stepping his way out to the 15-yard line. And now for the Westlake Chaparral defense. First up front along the defensive line, it'll be Alex Miller and Garrett Vandegraft along with Kevin Noonan at the nose tackle position. The outside linebackers are Mike Joyce and Clayton Orr. Inside linebackers, Eric Upshaw and Mark Daniel. We'll see a lot of David Durham as well. Aaron Pettis, Louis Swope. And we'll try to get you the right side of the defense, and it looks like grabbing the start. Again, Aaron Pettis, and it will be Michael Perkins. Perkins getting the start today in place of Ambrose, along with Ellis Law. And there goes Marcus Wright down the left sideline, out past the 30 to the 35-yard line. And Marcus Wright stopped by Michael Perkins, and Perkins was the last man standing as, again, Marcus Wright edging his way out to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 24 yards and the first down for Reagan.
And it was Perkins who stopped the touchdown, because as you watch the Rudy's replay, you'll see number 21, Marcus Wright, turn the corner, and number 3, giving chase, and you will see Perkins just get a hand on the top of his shoe there on his foot to get him down.
It'll be first down and 10. Again, the ball at the at the Rattler 40-yard line. Joe Taylor alongside Perry Watson. Down on the field is Rob Durkee. We'll get you him in just a moment. Sideline screen pass. That pass complete. And for the Rattlers, and a flag has come in at the end of the play. Patrick Sullivan with the reception at the 45-yard line, but this may be coming back. And it was thrown right in front of a Rattler blocker at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that blocker may have had a tug of one of the Chaps' jerseys, and it is indeed a holding call against Reagan. So that pass play is going to be nullified.
So that'll back the Reagan Rattlers up, and that's another key, as we've talked about it all week preparing for this game, Perry Watson. Penalties and turnovers, the name of the game here for both sides. And so far, the first penalty of the ball game goes to the Reagan Rattlers, who incidentally are in their road white uniforms, the white jersey tops with the green numerals etched in black. The green helmets with the black helmets with the interlocking RR for Ronald Reagan High School. The Reagan Rattlers, again, moving left to right. Now the motion man for the Rattler offense. Going to the left side, the snap out of the gun goes to Marcus Wright. Marcus Wright across the 30 to the 45, up the middle. Coming in to make the tackle is Clayton Orr. Clayton Orr making the grab at the 42-yard line, and Wright actually diving forward to the 45-yard line. Sizable gain there, but still shy of the first down. Again, also on the stop was Mark Daniel, the senior inside linebacker and the captain, leading the squad with 82 tackles coming into this game. That's his 83rd.
Well, I'll tell you what, on the play, you could see Marcus Wright, the running back, he was being patient as he was picking his way through the defense and was able to pick up some good yardage. The ball is at the 45, and they've got about 5 or 6 yards to get a first.
8:18 remaining here in the opening quarter. No score. Marcus Wright now lining up as a slot receiver. They'll give it to him on the reverse, and making a nice tackle in the open field there. Coming up and making the stop was Clayton Orr along with Ellis Law. Oh, a beautiful read by the outside linebacker. Senior Clayton Orr coming over and stopping the big train out of the backfield.
Good play by number 19, because Marcus Wright was trying to turn the corner, and we know what kind of speed he has, and had he turned the corner, who knows what would have happened. But number 19, Clayton Orr, came up, smacked him, and took him down right there. A gain of 1.
7:48 here, and it's a huge third down play. Third down and 4, the ball resting at the Rattler 46-yard line. They need midfield for a first down, do the Rattlers. They've got a receiver in motion to the far side left. Derek Walls waiting. The handoff will be faked. Now a pass play. Tons of time. Fires over the middle. It's picked off by Ellis Law. Picked off by the Westlake cornerback, who is starting for a very ill Ryan Ambrose, and a huge play on third down and 4. Ellis Law hauls it in for the interception.
Well, I'll tell you what, on the play, the quarterback, Derek Walls, looked a little unsure of himself, and as you watch the Rudy's replay, you see the ball come down at the hands of number 36, Ellis Law. It was intended for Josh York. Number 12 made the stop, but the pick by Ellis Law turns things around. The offense for Westlake has it now at their own 34.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the Chaparral 34-yard line, moving right to left in the red uniforms with the white numerals, the silver helmets with the Westlake W on the side, and the handoff will go to Ryan Swope. Swope stuffed at the line, a size of not a room at all around the guards and the tackles, only a gain of 1.
Yeah, the tackle made by Spencer Neely, who is one of the inside linemen for the Reagan Rattler defense. He wraps him up with a gain of about a yard on the play. second series for the Westlake Chaparrals. They had the punt the first time, Joe, and now they've got it back, and it looks like a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, after the gain of 1, it's 2nd down and 9. We apologize, both on the internet and here on the radio broadcast. Again, some snafus all the way around, and a huge wide open space for Justin Tucker, and he makes the grab. First down yardage and more, and he's popped by the defender there. It was LaQuincy McCall making the stop, and Justin Tucker was not accounted for as he streaked right across the middle and picked up the first down. Nice pass by Walker Copeland on a line to Justin Tucker.
Yeah, give Copeland some credit for having the patience to let Tucker clear in the middle of the field, and he was able to pick up good yardage. A first down now at the 48-yard line of the Rattlers.
First down and 10 after the gain for Westlake right at midfield. The handoff will go to Ryan Swope. Swope lowering his shoulder off left guard. Tackle made there up front for the Reagan Rattler defense. It will be Spencer Neely again, along with Donald Harvey making the grab there. Defensively, these guys are pretty tough, are the Reagan Rattler defense. Again, they've had a lot of points scored against them this year, but they are huge up front and experienced across the linebacking core. You remember Perry last year in the Region 4 final, all 3 linebackers returned to this ball club, and some of them are juniors.
Exactly.
It'll be 2nd down at 8 after the gain of 2. Under center is Walker Copeland. Backs off set out of the eye. 2 wide receivers to the far side right. The handoff goes to Swope. Nice blocking up front along the right side of the offensive line. Neely again with the stop for Reagan. And Swope manages to get to the 42-yard line. 3rd down coming up for Westlake.
Well, Swope is running behind the right guard, Patrick Hubie, and the tackle on that side, David Dyer. And they were able to get the defenders off the line of scrimmage as you watch on the Rudy's replay, and number 99 Spencer Neely comes up to make the stop, but the push by the offensive line by Westlake was what they needed to get Swope across and into the middle of the field.
On 3rd down, dropping back to pass, Walker Copeland making a huge throw there. It was behind Justin Tucker, but by the seat of his pants, Tucker slides at the 35-yard line, catches it at the 34. First down and 10, and a huge 3rd down conversion there for Justin Tucker, who has 2 receptions early on as Wade Ferguson checks into the ballgame.
Yeah, not a good pass by Copeland, but Justin Tucker made a good adjustment to the ball. It was behind him. He went down and was able to cradle it for the first down. The ball now at the Rattler 34.
First down and 10. It'll be Ferguson lined up here to the near side right. 1 receiver to the far side. Backs offset, a hard count, and going down immediately there. That'll be encroachment. Again, we've seen that combination between Alex Weghorst, the center, Perry, and Walker Copeland. That hard count drawing the defense off sides, and that no doubt will be the case.
Yeah, it was the linebacker, Donald Harvey, who got a little antsy there, was trying to anticipate the snap count, and once he jumped, Alex Weghorst did what any good center does. He snaps the ball. And
Walker Copeland hit a knee, ensuring the onside penalty, so a free 5 yards there, and the ball moves from the 34 to the Rattler 29-yard line. 5:03 remaining, no score. We've had a turnover in the ball game. Ellis Glaw starting in place of the ill Ryan Ambrose. Backs off set. Handoff goes to Ryan Swope. Swope bouncing it outside right around McCall. He finally is brought down inside the 27-yard line, and Robbie Van Coor stopping Swope, and Swope looked like he tried to ditch McCall, but you could see the speed of McCall too much for Swope, and he could not get it outside.
Yeah, LaQuince McCall is the free safety, and he came up and was able to slow Swope down until the reinforcements came. Not much of a gain on the play. That sets up a 2nd down and about 3 or 3.5.
2nd down and 3 after the 5-yard penalty on 2nd down after the offsides. Now sneaking in as Walker Copeland has a man downfield, throws into coverage, and that one is picked off. It's intercepted by Reagan at the 20-yard line, and making the grab on the interception was Kyle Davis, the sophomore, one of the backup safeties, and that time he read Walker Copeland all day. Ross Cooper ending up making the tackle. So early on, turnovers, 1 for Reagan and Derek Walls, and now 1 for Walker Copeland for the Rattlers.
Yeah, an ill-advised pass by Copeland because he threw it right to the defender, who Kyle Davis was sitting back there, and as you said, Joe, reading him all the way, and that's all it took. The pass was there, and now the Rattlers have it back at their own 22.
Only Copeland's 2nd interception of the year, and it'll be first down and 10 from the 22-yard line. So pretty decent field position, as now Marcus Wright has some room around the left side. Coming in and making the stop. No, he actually shook a tackle at the 35-yard line as Marcus Wright. He works his way out past the 35 to the 40, and finally brought down at the 40-yard line by Michael Perkins. And that's 2 tackles by Michael Perkins. Checking into the contest now is Stuart Watkins on defense for the Westlake Chaparrals.
Joe, I'll tell you what I see in Marcus Wright, and we saw him last year. And what I see in him this year that I didn't see last year is more patience as a runner. He's not trying to just explode and get whatever he can. He's watching the blockers develop, and he's picking his spots.
First down and 10 from the 40 after the 19 or 18-yard pickup for Marcus Wright. They hand it off to him again out of the shotgun. Now keeping it is Walls. Walls across the 50-yard line, coming across the field to make the grab inside Westlake territory for the defense. It looked like Ellis Glaw coming in there and making the stop there on the defensive play, and it was Ellis Glaw coming out of his cornerback position. Again, folks, we apologize. The wonderful facilities here at Bob Shelton Stadium, unfortunately, they've had some massive phone line problems along with some other electrical issues that delayed our broadcast getting on the air. So we're getting caught up here, but no score. First down and 10, a turnover for each side. The San Antonio Reagan Rattlers driving, and they're doing so. A huge hole up the middle for Marcus Wright to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Reagan Rattlers.
Well, you can see that coming, Joe. They stopped him a couple of times where it looked like he might break it, and he didn't. That time he sprints 47 yards, just Marcus Wright, for the touchdown, the first score of the game. And so he's one of those running backs you got to account for. And I told you he was a patient runner. Once he got out in the open field, he hit the fourth gear, and nobody was going to catch him.
A 47-yard touchdown run for Marcus Wright, his 33rd on the season. And that one was absolutely no doubt about it as he cut right through the middle of the defense. 3:31 remaining again. On for the extra point. And that one is good. It's Brad Hall, the shoeless Brad Hall, 5'11", 155-pound senior, knocks it through. 3:31 remaining, and it is Reagan 7, Westlake nothing. Back in 30 seconds. This is Westlake football.
The Reagan Rattlers, and you got to account for him on every play.
On the opening kick, on the ensuing kickoff is Brad Hall, and shoeless right foot drives back Ryan Swope to the 15-yard line. Swope with some room, but he's tackled from behind. Nice job there in the open field for the Reagan Rattlers. And again, for the Reagan Rattlers, tackle made. Yeah, it looked like Ryan Brown. Brown coming in there and making the stop.
Well, Westlake moved the ball well last time, Joe. The only problem was the pick that Coand threw. So what they've got to do is go back to what worked and keep that going, and then make better choices when he's throwing the ball downfield.
It'll be first down and 10, 3:26 remaining here in the opening quarter. Westlake down 7-0 after the 47-yard touchdown run, and here's Ryan Swope. Swope across the 30-yard line out to the 34. He's met hard. And again, on the stop will be McCall, and LaQuincy McCall coming out of that safety position, Perry. Again, that's the defensive back that played as a sophomore, and he's looking very seasoned right now.
Well, he did a good job, and he did a good job of wrapping up. He hit him, then he wrapped him up, so that's what you've got to do. And with a guy, you know, we talked about Wright, the same thing is true of Ryan Swope. If you let him get out in the open field, you can kiss him goodbye.
Second down and 1 after the 9-yard gain on first down for Ryan Swope. Single back or backs offset out of the eye, and the handoff will go to Swope again. Nice block up front. Swope trying to escape, but not before he gets a first down. And McCall again all over Swope, and it's going to be a war between those two, but it looked like Ryan got enough for the first down. He's out past the 35-yard line, and it is a first down as the chains move. That first down brought to you by Apple Commercial Leasing. Call or click 33 Lease.
Well, I'll tell you what, McCall was out there by himself, and if you're going to tackle Ryan Swope by yourself, you better get him, because if he doesn't get him, he makes the edge and he's gone.
First down and 10, 2:35, 7-0. Again, the difference in the ball game. A turnover for Walker Copeland. He threw an interception on Westlake's end, on Reagan's end of the field. And they promptly go 70 yards, capped by a 47-yard touchdown run by Marcus Wright. 7-0. Now Walker Copeland on first down, retreating to the near sideline, trying to roll, still looking, and now wisely gets out of bounds. And we've seen that as he's finally pushed out of bounds on the other end for the Reagan Rattlers. It was Cody Ramirez, and Ramirez finally chases Walker. Walker still looking downfield. And it almost seems like Walker Copeland has forgotten that he's got 4.4 speed coming out of the backfield.
And I'll tell you what, Joe, when he got outside the defender, I thought he would take it upfield, because he could have picked up a first down and more had he done that, but he chose to try to find a receiver, was unable to, and picked up only 1 yard on the play.
Second down and 9. Under center is Copeland. 2 wide receivers to the far side right. In the slot right is Kendrick Cutzinger. They toss it to the right side. Ryan Swope now cutting to the outside, has a hole, and works his way out of bounds. And again, finally brought out of bounds by Robbie Van Coor on the far sideline to the 45-yard line, and that should be enough for the first down, as it was right at the first down marker, and it is a 10-yard gain on the run for Ryan Swope, and that time he found the outside, Perry.
I'll tell you what, Joe, the only thing that kept him from going the distance was that he ran out of real estate, and if you can get him around the edge, and he got past LaQuincy McCall on that play, and that's what I was talking about earlier. If McCall or whoever comes up doesn't make the stop and you let him get downfield, See ya.
2:08 remaining in the opening quarter, 7-0 after the first down. Walker Copeland again now. The pocket goes to the near side, and they toss it to the near side left, and Ryan Swope has been bottled up immediately. Ramirez on the stop again. No check that. On the stop is Josh Dam, the defensive end, reading that play and getting into the backfield immediately. And that time Dam beat the offensive line for the Westlake Chaparrals.
He did. He met Swope in the backfield, and you can see Swope trying to change directions. Had a little bit of sprinkle out here on this artificial surface, so it's slick, and he skidded a little bit, and that's when Dam grabbed him and took him down at the 41-yard line of Westlake.
A loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14 from the 40-yard line, just outside the 40-yard line in Chaparral territory. Moving right to left, Copeland with a 4-step drop. Now looking, still looking, has some time, fires over the middle, has a man. That pass is caught. It's Kendrick Cutzinger. Cutzinger now inside Rattler territory, down to the 45-yard line to the 44. You'll hear from the Chap of the Week, Kendrick Cutzinger. He is one of 4 players we interviewed this week, Perry, and we mentioned Steven Schaefer from last year. Because Ryan Swope has so much attention paid, guys like Kendrick Cutzinger need to be ready.
You're exactly right, and Lee Reach made the stop, the strong safety, but Cutzinger picked up the first down. The ball now at the 44 of Reagan, and you'd like to see him get the ball to this big tight end a little bit more.
A 16-yard pickup. Mike Walker now splitting out wide to the right. Tucker here into the near side left. Backs offset out of the eye. They look to hand it off to Swope. Swope trying to get away from would-be tacklers in the backfield. He does. Gets around the corner and Perry. That was some tough running right there. And a flag at the end of the play. Or no, check that. I thought I saw the Yellow Hankies fly, but that's unfortunate because it didn't look like there was a penalty there. Looked like most of the Westlake faithful wanted a penalty for a late hit, but they can't see that the out-of-bounds markers is literally right in front of defensive coordinator Lane Grigg, who is literally almost on the field.
Yeah, it was a gain of about 2 yards, but it was a play that could have lost yardage had Swope not been able to turn the ball upfield. 2nd
down and 8 after the 2-yard gain. Now Swope going in motion to the far side. Copeland out of the shotgun, backing up. Tons of time. Now trying to retreat to the far side. He's chased from his backside. He's still looking downfield, and he finally runs out of bounds. And again, Perry Watson, it's almost like Walker Copeland has forgotten who Walker Copeland is. He really is trying to focus on the passing game when he has sizable yards down on the right side. Again, the senior really needs to realize that because he's got some big gains in those feet.
Yeah, no question that he picked up a yard on that one, and it could have been a lot more had he made up his mind sooner. The other thing was he had Ryan Swope out in the flat. If he had tossed it to him right away, who knows what could have happened, and he elected to run it, picked up only a yard, so gave up a chance to make a first down with a couple of options there.
Well, it's been an absolutely blinding pace here. 53 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Reagan here at Bob Shelton Stadium. On the shotgun pass, the handoff, and it's a halfback pass for Ryan Swope. He has a man downfield into double coverage. It's Mike Walker. He leaps and it cannot make the grab. Beautiful defense there, right there on the halfback pass, as Walker Copeland along with Mike Walker were downfield. And LaQuincy McCall on the coverage, also making the Robbie Van Coor down there as well. So on 3rd and 7, Westlake unable to pick up the first down, and again it's punting time for the Chaparrals on a short field. This will be the 2nd time in the first quarter that Justin Tucker will come on to execute a punt on his side of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and he'll be kicking into a breeze, and that's what held that ball up. As you go from I guess from west to east on this field, you'll get a breeze, and that's what they've gotten.
A low line drive punt, and it's angled, and it's going to hit at the 10 and bounce out of the 8-yard line. A beautiful job there again by Justin Tucker as the interception followed the punt for Westlake. And Westlake went down to their own 34-yard line before another interception by the Reagan Rattler defense, and it was Rob Crabby, excuse me, that came up with the interception. And that interception led to a 78-yard drive.
Well, right now, the Westlake defense has to step up. We've got about 30 seconds on the first quarter clock, but they need to stop them here and get the ball back with decent field position.
1st and 10 from the Rattler 9-yard line. Shotgun set for Walls. Walls hands off to Wright. Wright with a load of traffic now trying to work his way through the blocks. Escapes at the 20-yard line, and he's off to the races. Ellis Glaw in pursuit to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. Are you kidding me? 91 yards, and Marcus Wright has doubled up on Westlake.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a case of poor tackling by the Chaparrals. They had a couple of opportunities to get number 21 inside the 20-yard line. They were unable to do it. They weren't hitting, weren't wrapping up, and I'll guarantee you Lane Grigg he'll be breathing some fire on this sideline at that defense, because that should not have happened. But you give a good running back, as you watch the Rudy's replay, number 21, he picked his way through the defense, and once he gets ahead, nobody's going to catch him. Ellis Gaw has good speed. No chance on that play.
Not even close, and I know that Ryan Ambrose is definitely the speedster. Perhaps Ryan Ambrose would have been able to catch him from behind. Either way, Perry, that is just some huge tackling issues up front for the Westlake Chaparrals. Hall on for the extra point, and it is good. So with 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it's all Marcus Wright. Imagine that. It is Reagan 14, Westlake nothing, live on 1530 ESPN Austin. Live at Hayes County, again, Chris George with the kickoff. Louis Swope brings it out to the 21-yard line, and he has brought down a one-play, 91-yard drive, and it was 91 yards to pay dirt. Now, with no doubt a record in the first quarter of today's game, Marcus Wright, the tailback, the star tailback for the Reagan Rattlers, has amassed 200 yards rushing. His complement on the other side is Ryan Swope. Cody Ramirez beating the offensive line, and he is stuffed at the line, is Ryan Swope, after a gain of about 1 yard. It'll be second down and a long 9. Westlake trailing 14-0, and that is the final play of the first quarter. We'll take a 60-second timeout at the end of one quarter of play. It's Westlake down 2 touchdowns, and it's all Marcus Wright. Reagan 14, Westlake nothing. The Bi-District Championship continues after 60 seconds. Westlake moving left to right. It'll be second down and 9 from their own 21-yard line. 2 wide receivers in the set. Now Tucker in motion from the far side to the near side. Under center. Now the handoff goes to Ryan Swope, who just dives forward to the 25-yard line. Picks up 5 yards on the play. And Westlake's going to have to find a way not only to get in the end zone to get back in this ball game here in the first half, Perry, but they've got to find a way to keep it out of 21's hands.
Well, and to do that, the best thing to do is to keep the ball on the offensive side for Westlake. That keeps number 21, Marcus Wright, off the field. But when they've got the ball, they've got to score some points, because you know what Marcus Wright can do, and you can't give a guy with that kind of talent an opportunity. And so you have to limit his opportunity. 200
yards rushing and 2 touchdowns in the first half, and now Copeland trying to answer. Back to pass at the gun, has a man. That pass caught by Kendrick Kunzinger, and they have a weapon there as Kunzinger falls at the 30-yard line. He is right at the first down marker, maybe about a half yard shy, and we're going to try to see where he is in relation, and it looks like he might just be ever so shy, maybe about a half a yard. And right now you don't want to hit the panic button, Perry Watson, but again, you're just on the wrong side of the field to try to go for it. But we have seen Justin Tucker use his feet on 4th down and 1 before. In fact, he does have a fake punt in his arsenal, and he did it on his own last time around. He was pretty sure that he could get that 1 yard.
Well, I think and a guy like Tucker's an athlete, and if you let him back there and you say, if you see something you think you can get it, go for it.
Snap is back, and he'll go ahead and punt it from his own 20-yard line. A spiraling punt that's going to hit at the 33-yard line, take a nice hop. It's fielded at the 26-yard line, making the stop immediately on Derek Walls. And you don't often see the quarterback as your punt returner, but he does make the catch, advance it to the 31-yard line. Stop made by Marco Uribe, and Uribe stops him, and it will be, again, Marcus Wright and Derek Walls to step on the field for the Reagan Rattlers. Again, back-to-back touchdowns scored, both of them by the Reagan Rattler tailback, who had 2,294 yards coming into this ball game, 32 touchdowns, now 34. Just an absolutely impressive athlete in the tailback position for the Reagan Rattlers. Shotgun set. Walls again, flanked by Nathan Dawson and Marcus Wright in the backfield. The handoff will go to Wright. This time he's absolutely smashed at the line of scrimmage. Excellent job up front. And right now, Perry, defense needs to have a little pickle juice in their mouth just to get a little wet and get into the ball game.
Absolutely. David Durham, I think, was the one who came up and made the stop. And that's what you got to do. You got to smack Marcus Wright in the mouth, and you got to hit him early and wrap him up. And that's exactly what David Durham did on that play. You got to let that guy know you're on the other side of the ball, and when he comes across, he's going to get tattooed.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Again, Walls in the backfield, flanked by Dawson. Wright split out in the slot right. 2 wide receivers to the far side right, and now he'll be in motion. They'll go ahead and fake the handoff, and Walls will run it himself. Blocked in the back was one of the Westlake defenders. Alex Miller came up from his defensive tackle position, made the hit, and the ball advanced out to the 39-yard line. So a pretty good job on 2nd down with the trickery. Now 3rd down coming up, Perry.
Yeah, and it's a big play for Westlake, and you hear the fans for Westlake trying to encourage them, but this is a big play for the defense because they can give the ball back to the offense with decent field position, but more important, they can keep the Rattler offense off the field. And
with all the technical difficulties, we will join Rob Durkee on the sidelines here in just a moment after this play. 3rd down and 3. Shotgun set for Walls, flanked by Wright. The handoff will go to Wright. Wright with some room, angling his way across midfield. He has the 1st down yards and more. A trio of defenders, including Mike Joyce, Ellis Glaw, and Aaron Pettis, making the stop for the Westlake Chaparrals, but not before Wright can get into Chaparral territory to the 47-yard line. 1st down for Reagan.
Well, it's the same thing we saw earlier. You saw guys grabbing, and I'm sure Lane Grigg is probably over there just spitting nails because these guys are not hitting. On defense, you got to come up and you got to smack a guy and let him know that when he comes into your area, he's going to get hit.
Inside 9 minutes to play, 1st half. Reagan 14-0 over Westlake here at Bob Shelton Stadium. Marcus Wright doing all the damage. 2 wide receivers here to the near side left. Out of the gun, they'll run the option play, and it is an option pitch. Marcus Wright secures it, steps behind a tackle before Clayton Orr absolutely hog-ties him at the 39-yard line and brings him down helmet first.
Well, you do what you got to do, but you got to get the guy down because if he makes that edge, he's gone again. The ball right now is at the Westlake 39, so it was just a pitch play, an option play where Wright was trailing the quarterback, Derek Walls, and it was not a good pass. In fact, Wright made a good catch on that ball. It was on his hip when he actually pulled it in and was able to turn the corner, secured it, picked up good yardage.
It'll be 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain on the option pitch. Shotgun set again. Dawson along with Wright. Flanked in the backfield, now going in motion for the Reagan Rattlers was Aaron Bueno. And now the handoff goes up the middle. This time on the left side, it's Marcus Wright to the 35, down to the 30-yard line. Another 1st down run. Mike Joyce making the stop, and he is doing all his damage right up the middle. It's almost like he knew that Mike Joyce, along with Clayton Orr, could get to the outside and seal that off. All of the runs for Marcus Wright going right between the guards and the tackles, and he's usually an outside runner.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, right now, Marcus Wright's not feeling too good. He was slow to get up, and he was bending over as he went back to the huddle, so maybe they're hitting a little bit now.
7:45 remaining here, 1st half. 14-0 on the 1st down run. 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line in Chaparral territory. This time they change it up a little bit, and they go to Dawson. Dawson with the carry on the left side, and he falls forward to the 26-yard line. Nice little change of pace right there as the fullback manages to pick up the yardage down to the 26-yard line, and Omar Ontiveros checking into the ballgame defensively for Westlake.
And a good tackle by Ellis Glaw on that play. It's one of those tackles that you hadn't seen much of. As you watch the Rudy's replay, he hit him low, wrapped him up, and took him down.
2nd down and 6 after the pickup of 4 by Dawson. 2 wide receivers in this formation. Shotgun set. Dawson along with Wright flanking Walls in the backfield. The handoff will be faked, and now Walls running with it. Mike Joyce trying to strip the ball. He did not bring him down. Joyce going for the ball. He had help on the play as well with Mark Daniels and Clayton Orr coming in to make the stop as well. But you could see Mike Joyce relying on his teammates as he went for the football.
Well, it's not a bad idea if you can come out of there with it. The bad thing was he didn't get the ball, and he did give up the 1st down.
1st down yardage again. Marcus Wright, the decoy in that play, as Walls moves the chains inside the red zone to the Westlake 18-yard line. 1st down and 10. They break the huddle right in the backfield along with Walls. 2 wide receivers to the far side right. 1 to the near side left as Reagan moves right to left, up 14-0 here in the 2nd quarter. Back to pass out of the gun. They fire to the far sideline, and Aaron Pettis on the coverage. Again, with the intended reception was Patrick Sullivan. He was the streaking wide receiver down on the far side.
Joe, I'll tell you what, on that play, I watched the play till the incomplete pass to the outside, but I've been watching Marcus Wright the last couple of downs, and I don't know if he's not feeling good or if he's playing possum, but on that last play, they faked it to him, and it wasn't much of a fake. He took a couple of steps, and you can see him now bending over in the backfield like he might be ailing a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on number 21.
Well, after 200-plus yards, I'd be winded too. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the 1st half, 14-0, and the whistles blow, and a timeout has been called. And I believe the timeout's been called by Reagan. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Again, your score with 6:31 to play here first half. Westlake trailing San Antonio Reagan. The Bi-District Championship continues in 60 seconds. This is Westlake football. We join ChapTV here on the Time Warner Cable rebroadcast. Reagan up 14-0 here in the first half, and the handoff will go on the zone read, and it's fake. Derek Walls with huge room up the middle. He's at the 5, dives to the goal line, but there's a flag on the play. It is a touchdown, but automatically they're not even signaling, the sideline judge and the umpire not even signaling touchdown, and it will be a penalty against Reagan. So nullify the touchdown. This ball's coming back.
Well, you can see where the flag came from. That it would look like it was potentially a holding play, and that's in fact what it was. So it nullifies the touchdown, and you know that's about the 4th straight play they haven't given the ball to Marcus Wright, and so they fake it to him on that play. And incidentally, he took a couple of shots as the guy faking with the ball that time. So which is a good thing. You know, you want the guy to take some hits. You want him to fake it, do a good job, but he paid the price on that play.
Yes, he did. 2nd down and 20 after the 10-yard holding penalty. Backs the football up to the 28-yard line. So splitting out to the far side right will be Bo Wheeler. Wheeler to the far side right. 2 wide receivers here to the near side left. Wright flanking Walls, who has done most of the running in this drive. They run the option play. Now they're going to pass it downfield. Wheeler is open, and that pass is caught. And he dives for the pylon. Did he get in? No, he did not. And Ellis Glaw bit on the play, and he stayed right with them until he thought it was the option play, and Ellis Glaw allowed Bo Wheeler to get behind him. The pass is complete, and knocked out of bounds by Ellis Glaw was Wheeler. 1st and goal, and the ball again resting just outside the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Reagan.
As a defensive back, you cannot be caught peeking into the backfield wondering what's going on there, because your offensive receiver is hoping that's what you do, and that's all he needs to get past you. The pass was well thrown on target. He stepped out of bounds at the 3.
1st and goal again. 14-0 already, and now whistles blow again. And looks like now Westlake will take a timeout. So we'll take it with them back in 60 seconds. This is Westlake football. Durkee again in the timeout. I know that Westlake has taken the timeout. They're using it to just regroup. Rob, what's the situation down on the sideline as they prepare for this 1st and goal for Reagan? Now we'll go back to Rob here in just a moment as the timeout breaks. Perry, again, this is a situation where the defense is really going to have to try to find a way to keep Marcus Wright out of the end zone and stay in this football game.
Yeah, if they give up 3 points, that's acceptable. Another 7 is going to make it awfully tough and a big uphill climb. And so far, they haven't given the ball to Wright in a few plays, but he's in the backfield now. He's the deep back.
He is indeed a wing T formation. They hand it off to Marcus Wright, and he is stuffed right at the 2-yard line. Coming up is Louis Swope along with Mark Daniel. And Louis Swope acting like the ball actually came loose, but Mark Daniel on the initial hit. Only a gain of 1. 2nd and goal coming up here for the Reagan Rattlers, and this situation looks a whole lot like the end of the Bi-District Championship with Nick Fanuzzi last year against Churchill. Yeah. It's going to have to be one of those efforts as Josh York is into the ball game now, in for Marcus Wright, who takes a seat on the bench.
Yeah, and you can look for some trickery here from the quarterback, Derek Walls. He may keep it, he may pass it.
So they reformate. And they shift it. Now Walls is going to run right behind Dawson. Walls caught, but he's able to get to the goal line. Did he get in? Yes, he did. The near sideline judge came in and signaled that the ball did cross the plane. Walls, after they shifted, a huge shift in formation where they brought in everybody tight, and then on the call, brought everybody back out, spread the offense, and he ran right behind Dawson, did Derek Walls. And you can see how Walls cuts it back right in front of Daniel. And Mark Daniel could not make the stop before the ball got in the end zone. I tell you what, Perry, that is a close call.
Really is. I'm looking at the Rudy's replay, and you're right. It was very close.
5:25 remaining here after the touchdown. And Chris George on for the extra point. And the barefooted kicker for the Reagan Rattlers knocks it through. So, yes, 5:26. You are not hearing an incorrect score. 5:26 remaining in the first half. It is all Reagan. The Reagan Rattlers 21, Westlake nothing. Back in 60 seconds. This is Westlake football. Home to the Hayes Runnin' Rebs, and plays host to this bi-district championship game between the San Antonio Reagan Rattlers and the Westlake Chaparrals. 21-0 after that touchdown drive. We'll get you the incidentals here in just a moment as George kicks off. It'll be a short kickoff and fielded by Ryan Swope at the 20 to the 25. Cuts it back upfield, has a hole at the 35, spins out of a tackle and is finally brought down at the 40-yard line. There's some life. Breathe it in to the Westlake sideline. The offense needs a score. Rob Crabb on the stop on the far side of Ryan Swope. 1st and 10 Westlake.
Well, the ball's at the Westlake 40. They've got good field position, so you couldn't ask for more. They've got what breeze there is at their back, so they're 60 yards away. They need to get into the end zone before this half ends, and so here's an opportunity.
11 plays, 79-yard drive, took 5 minutes off the clock. A 1-yard touchdown run by Derek Walls. 21-0, and on the first play, it's an option. Now Walker trying to retreat. He does. They run exactly the other way. Now he's using his feet, shakes a tackle at the 46-yard line, out to the 48. An 8-yard gain. Matt Smith on the stop for the Reagan Rattlers. Wow, there's the weapon that Walker Copeland needs to unearth to get this team back in the ball game.
Well, it was unscripted misdirection. He wanted to come right, nothing there. He goes left, and he was maybe a tackle away from breaking that one. But Walker Copeland just needs to make a quick decision. If he's going to run the ball, take off with it.
An 8-yard pickup there, 2nd down and 2. Ferguson and Tucker split out to the near side right. Backs off set out of the eye. They feed it to Swope. Swope now counters and runs towards the 50-yard line, and he is very close to the 50-yard line. He does achieve midfield, and with that, it's a 1st down. 1st down for Westlake. Apple Commercial Leasing brings you the 1st down. Call or click 33Lease. That's click33lease.com or call 33Lease.
That tackle made by Matt Smith, and I'll tell you what, it looks like the Reagan Rattlers have decided that they are going to have somebody on Ryan Swope on every play, which is it's a smart thing to do, but you got to make sure the guy who's assigned to him gets the job done.
Walker and Tucker split out here to the near side right. Copeland under center, backs off set out of the eye. A quick snap. They run the play action. Copeland with tons of time, going deep, has a man. It's Mike Walker. Can he get there? No, he can't. Well overthrown, about 6 yards beyond the outstretched arms of Mike Walker. On the coverage downfield is Robbie Van Coor, but he didn't need much coverage. That ball, again, nice play, but Walker too strong on the pigskin.
Yeah, that's one of those passes, again, with the wind behind you. If the wind gets under it a little bit, it'll carry it a little farther than you want it to, and that's what happened on the play. I like the play selection of going down the field just because you kind of stretch the field and you get them conscious of the deep ball. Now you can maybe come underneath.
Well, it's a pretty good pass, again, from the 45-yard line. Walker Copeland chunking it to the 5, so he does have the arm. 2 wide receivers on 2nd down and 10 to the far side left, 1 to the near side right. Quick drop out of the gun, and that pass goes off the hands of Ryan Swope. Swope was not able to handle the pigskin there at the 45-yard line, and it's incomplete. 3rd down now for Westlake.
Yeah, it looked like that pass got to Swope before he was ready for it, and maybe hadn't had his head turned around for it because it hit off a hand. He looked very awkward going after it, and Ryan Swope is not that kind of guy. We know what he can do with a pass. That one just looked like it got there before he was ready for it.
Swope now part of a duo on the far side left and receivers. Flanking Copeland on 3rd down and 10 is Dornack. Now here comes the blitz, and now with huge running room is Walker Copeland. He has the 1st down, sidesteps the tackler, falls out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Wow, what a run right there by Walker Copeland. That time we saw the speed out of the backfield. Lee Wright's on the play, knocking Copeland out of bounds, but not before he picks up 14 yards on the 1st down.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier. As you watch the Rudy's replay, he takes off with it. He knows there's nothing open. He doesn't see anything right away on the pass, so he takes off. He's got good speed, and he makes a good cut to his left here to avoid a would-be tackler on the field and was able to get a few more yards on it.
1st down and 10 from the Rattler 38-yard line. 3:59 left in the first half. Copeland with tons of time, fires to the near sideline, has a man. It's Wade Ferguson, the senior first-year varsity member, has his first grab here in the bi-district championship. He's brought down by Robbie Van Coor at the 27-yard line. Wow, what a grab by Wade Ferguson. Incidentally, 2 men have already caught passes that you'll hear in our halftime show, brought to you by Falcon Point Lodge. The halftime interview with Wade Ferguson, Kendrick Cutsinger, Taze Jesse, and Mike Joyce. There's another individual who could be big with all the attention paid to Ryan Swope.
You're right. And right now the ball's at the 27, and Westlake's on the move. They just need to keep it going.
21-0, but Westlake driving here late in the second quarter. Backs off, set out of the eye. The handoff going to Swope. Swope picks up a huge block, bouncing it to the outside, but closing fast as Swope inside the 25-yard line was James Spears, and he speared Swope right at the 27-yard line.
And Swope gets up a little dinged. He's a little limping a little bit on that left leg, but it looks like he's walking it out. It looks like he just got twisted down on the play, but number 25 did a good job, as you mentioned, Joe, to get beyond the initial tackler and make a move, and was real close to breaking that one.
A 4-yard pickup on first down. It'll be second down and 6. 3:03 remaining here in the first half. 21-0. Reagan leading Westlake. Shotgun set for Copeland. Back to pass. Has time. Fires into the flat to Dornak. Dornak has the ball at the 20. Inside the 15. Picks up the first down. And now the Chaparrals starting to move. LaQuincy McCall with the bring down.
Yeah, that was a good play, and a good play by Justin Tucker coming back to make a block for his teammate Brad Dornak, and we got a timeout because one of the Reagan Rattlers is still on the turf.
And right now the training staff for the Reagan Rattlers literally sprinting onto the field. This looks like a pretty serious injury, and we will go ahead and take a timeout. Dornak again with the reception out of the flat. Walker Copeland guiding this offense inside the red zone, but now a huge injury for the Reagan Rattler defense. We'll try to get all the information that we can here for you as we continue play after this timeout. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Actually, we'll go ahead and keep it here. He got up a lot quicker, and it was Rob Crabb, and Rob Crabb got up a lot quicker, and Rob Crabb is now walking off the field under his own power. And I tell you what, Perry Watson, it was pretty interesting to see that he went down so hard, and the training staff literally sprinted onto the field. I thought that was just a heck of an injury. First down and 10 for the Westlake Chaparrals as we resume play here. 2:43 remaining. Now Dornak splitting out wide to the right, out of the backfield. 3-step drop for Copeland. Fires over the middle. That pass almost caught by Justin Tucker, but it was almost picked off by one of the defenders up the middle for the Reagan Rattlers. It was Donald Harvey, and Harvey almost had that ball in his sights for the interception. Tucker had it go off his hands. The pass just a little bit behind Tucker, incomplete. Yeah. Second down coming up.
It was behind him, and you could see Tucker trying to adjust to it, and as he turned, I think his momentum just kind of took the ball out of his hands.
Copeland now under center on second down and 10. The ball inside the 14-yard line. Dornak going in motion again out of the backfield. They run the pocket that direction on the option play. Now turning the corner is Walker Copeland at the 5, into the goal line. Touchdown, Westlake.
There you go. A case where he had Ryan Swope as a pitch man if he wanted to do that, but his left side of the offense opened up for him as he turned the corner. As you watch the Rudy's replay, you'll see Dornak is trailing. It's Dornak is trailing 33, but you'll see number 12, Walker Copeland, and he turns the corner and he says, "I've got it, guys." He doesn't hesitate. He gets downfield and gets into the end zone.
Runs right by Ramirez, and Ramirez hits him in the end zone, but Copeland now with the touchdown run. Price with the hold. The snap is down. The kick is up for Justin Tucker, and it is good. So the Chaparrals on the board for the first time here this afternoon. With 2:24 remaining here in the first half from Bob Shelton Stadium, it's San Antonio Reagan 21, Westlake 7. Back in 60 seconds. This is Westlake football.
The Westlake Chaparrals have just gotten on the board. It was a 10-play, 60-yard drive. 2:45 off the clock, and it was Walker Copeland taking it in for a 14-yard touchdown run.
The ensuing kickoff by Justin Tucker is good. It actually hits the cameraman that's lined up at the goalpost. It's the film student down there that is running the film, and it's the offensive line. They filmed up on both ends of the goalpost. They filmed the offensive line. It's affectionately called the rear end cam by the offensive line coach for Westlake, Brian Vosick, and you get a good look at defensive coordinator Lane Grigg. He knows his defense on this particular series has got to find a way to keep the Reagan Rattlers out of the end zone.
Right, 2:24 left in the second quarter, and it's 21-7, San Antonio Reagan.
Indeed, we'll go down to the sidelines here to Rob Durkee here in just a moment. Shotgun set for Walls, moving right to left, and now right back in there. But Dawson gets the carry up the middle. A huge hit by Louis Swope at the 30-yard line. And he actually Dawson was able to angle his way to the 31, an 11-yard pickup. First down for Nathan Dawson, who is an epic, quick change of pace, and he kind of reminds me of Jeff Balo on the other side of the football.
Yeah, he does. He's a guy with one of those low centers of gravity, kind of one of those husky guys who runs through there and did a good job of getting beyond Swope, even though Swope put a good shot on him. He was able to pick up a couple of yards.
First down and 10. That first down brought to you by Apple Commercial Leasing. Call or click 33lease.com. Wright lined up in the slot on the far side right. One receiver, that's Wheeler, here to the near side left. Dawson flanking Walls. Now Wright in motion. We've seen this. Now Walls will keep it. He's trying to get away, and nice job there. Again, the pocket collapsed, and Mike Joyce just laying an absolute lick. And also David Durham actually it was David Durham that made the stop. Mike Joyce and David Durham joining in their celebration, as that time Walls could not get loose. The pocket broke down, and Garrett Vandegraff checking out of the play here for Westlake.
And one of the reasons that pocket broke down and the pass didn't get off is because Eric Upshaw came in and he changed the mind of the quarterback, Derek Walls. He had to pull it down.
A 3-yard loss on the play brings up second down and 13, 21-7. Reagan with the 14-point lead with 90 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Shotgun set again for Walls. And Wright will take the handoff. No, he won't. It's Walls. Walls with huge running room across the 40 to the 45. Trying to break a tackle to midfield. He does. Getting to the outside. Aaron Perez giving chase. Trying to cut down the angle. And a huge hit by Michael Perkins and Aaron Perez. The P-Boys knock him out at the 35-yard line, but not before a huge gain. Aaron Perez and Michael Perkins just absolutely laying the wood defensively after a huge run by Derek Walls.
I'll tell you what, Michael Perkins was upset. When he got to the end of that play, he took it out on Walls, and that was a heck of a hit on the sidelines. As you see number 6 coming at you on the Rudy's replay, and he picked up big yardage, but he paid for it at the end of this one.
That'll ring anybody's bell. Let's see if the cobwebs clear in time for this play. First and 10, a 36-yard pickup. Walls now running the fake option. He'll run it up the middle. Joyce, along with several redshirt defenders, including Mark Daniel and David Durham and Clayton Orr, trying to make the stop. Alex Miller finally bringing him down as Walls tried to work his way through. And Dawkins is going to come into the game now. Stephen Dawkins replacing Clayton Orr in this offensive set, and a timeout has been called with 45 seconds remaining in the half. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Joe Taylor alongside Perry Watson. Down on the sideline is Rob Durkee. And Rob, I know that this is one of those situations where after a big gain and a huge hit, you can actually see a little bit of life in the defense when two guys make a stop like that.
Well, you know, that's right, Joe. Aaron Perez and Michael Perkins were just chasing down the quarterback, and right as they got to him, both of them sandwiched him and took him to the ground. It was a great tackle by both those guys.
Rob Durkee down on the sideline. Thanks so much. You'll hear from him at halftime with Derek Long, and this is going to be a halftime of adjustments, Perry Watson.
Well, absolutely, and I'll tell you what, I was telling you that I was watching Marcus Wright, and he hadn't been getting his hands on the ball that much. Well, our statistician, Brian Ferguson, has been watching him as well, and Brian tells me that Wright has touched the ball only once out of the last 11 plays, so there's something going on with number 21.
Well, he is no doubt a warrior, to say the least, after his first quarter performance. 2 touchdowns, 200 yards even, one including a 91-yard touchdown run that took the score to 14-0. Walls got in on a 1-yard touchdown run, made it 21-0. Westlake has come back to score on a 13-yard touchdown run by Walker Cobelan. 21-7. Westlake trailing by 14. It's second down and 7 at the Chaparral 32-yard line. Reagan moving right to left on your radio dial and on your computer screen. Now another fake option play. They hand it off, and now Marcus Wright getting his hands on the ball for the second time in 12 plays, and they read it perfectly. Yeah. Excellent job there by the defense. Clayton Orr on the stop.
David Durham as well, and I'll tell you what, they made him pick his way, and they did what they had to do. When he tried to break free, they got to him and took him down.
27 seconds remaining. Marcus Wright flanking Walls in the backfield. 2 wide receivers as they spread it out. 2 wide receivers each way, and now Walls is going to keep it, and he's absolutely popped by David Durham. He is a difference maker, and he has the ability to find the football. Clayton Orr and David Durham standing up Derek Walls, and that is 2 tough shots in this drive for the Rattler quarterback.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, you take your chances when you got your signal caller who's running the ball a lot. You can do a lot of things. That time it didn't work, and that's how the half ends.
Well, if you need a reason to get fired up for the Westlake Chaparrals, the defense, after the 36-yard pickup by Derek Walls, stand up Marcus Wright on a trick play. On a misdirection with Derek Walls, stand him up, and they go to the locker room after a huge hit by David Durham and Clayton Orr on the defensive side of the ball. But give credit where credit is due. It was a tale of quarters. Again, while Westlake and Reagan matched touchdowns in the second quarter, it was all first quarter San Antonio Reagan. And as we go to the Falcon Point Lodge halftime show, it is Westlake 7, San Antonio Reagan 21. Perry, I know one of the things that we're going to have to talk about with Derek Long is Rob Durkee has found the head coach of the Westlake Chaparrals. Let's go down to the sidelines right now. Rob?
Thanks, Joe. Coach, a little bit of a slow start for the Chaparrals. It was pretty evenly matched at the beginning of the game. How are you going to keep up this momentum that we've started late in this first half?
Well, you know, we got to make some stops defensively. And, you know, the one fast thing out there is on Marcus Wright right now. So we've got to get moving at the speed he's going so that we can get some stops and get the ball to our offense, and so we can get some more points on that board.
Thanks a lot, Coach Long. We'll see you in the second half.
Thanks, Rob.
Back to you, Joe.
Thank you very much. Rob Durkee down on the sidelines with head coach Derek Long. You can see the players filing into the locker room here on the west side of the field, and no doubt it is going to be a situation where they're going to have to make a ton of adjustments. Jared Wingfield along with Bob Abbott going down to the locker room as well. And to be honest with you, it's not so much of what you have to do to stop Marcus Wright. Marcus Wright was not in the ball game technically in the second quarter, and when they tried the misdirection plays in the second quarter, the defense was ready. I think they needed to see Marcus Wright live, and unfortunately to see Marcus Wright live, you've seen every bit of him in the first quarter.
And a lot of it you saw from behind, and that's not good. But when they did see him up close, they weren't making tackles, they weren't hitting, they weren't wrapping up. But the other thing is, Derek Walls, their quarterback, has shown that he can run the ball and he can be dangerous. He scored a touchdown, and so that's another guy they got to account for. The other thing, and I'll guarantee you that Derek Long and Lane Grigg, the defensive coordinator for the Chaparrals, is talking about this in the halftime locker room. You've got to tackle better. You cannot afford to have a running back like Marcus Wright running free after guys have had 3 and 4 and 5 shots at him and were unable to bring him down.
Well, something's going to have to fire this defense up, but no doubt those back-to-back plays on Marcus Wright and Derek Walls to go into the locker room will serve as momentum. At least we hope so for the Chaparrals' interest. For the Rattlers, they have to keep playing football. A first quarter like that can go two ways, Perry. It can either be a very big back at 1530 ESPN Austin. Again, thanks so much for helping us out. And again, a little scheduling snafu with our former radio partner. Again, our thanks to those guys as well. We have to make the move over to 1530 ESPN Austin, to be honest with you, back where the Westlake Chaparrals belong on ESPN. Again, brand names like Westlake and ESPN always kind of belong together. It sounded good over the first two seasons when we did them on 1530. At that point, it was the big 1530. Now it's just 1530 ESPN Austin.
Yeah, it's settled in now, Joe. Since it's been around, it's just settled in. It's just 1530. But right now, we've got 24 minutes of football left here in this bi-district game. Westlake trying to come from behind. It is 21-7. 21-7, the Reagan Rattlers. And we'll see what happens in the second half. As we mentioned, going out at the end of the first half, Westlake came back, scored a touchdown, and now trail by 2. So that was big because they could have gone into the locker rooms with a 3-touchdown deficit. They go in 2 down. We'll see if they can carry some of that momentum into the second half.
And again, our Domino's Pizza pregame show, which we did not get to air this evening because of all of our technical difficulties. Again, Domino's Pizza brought to you by Domino's Pizza Westbank, right across the street from Chaparral Stadium. Give them a call today at 327-1313. We welcome all of you back to our live television coverage as well. This will be heard and seen on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock on Channel 77, part of Time Warner Cable's coverage of Westlake High School football. And again, our coaches' interviews brought to you by Texas Honey Ham. They're located right behind the Wells Fargo at the corner of B Caves and Westbank. Call them today at 402-9800. That's 402-9800. And again, the first quarter brought to you by Texas Orthopedics. If you need surgery because of a sports injury, head to Texas Orthopedics. Visit txortho.com for more information. That's txortho.com. And we would be remiss without one of our major sponsors, Todd Smith and Capital City Sotheby's International Realty. Talked to Todd the other day. He's very excited for the playoff run. And again, this is why so many local businesses, Perry, really rally around this team. This is the time. 21-7 playoff games. Westlake's been at 20 straight seasons. They've been to 5 state title games, won it in 96, went last year in 06, 10 years later, and went toe-to-toe with South Lake Carroll, the best team in the nation in high school football last year. And now, backs against the wall here with 24 minutes to play, down 21-7. They're fighting for their lives here in the 2007 season.
And the Reagan Rattlers will get the ball first because they kicked off in the first half. So right now, Justin Tucker kicks off for Westlake.
And Justin Tucker absolutely drills it. This one's going to hit 9 yards deep in the end zone and will be down in the end zone for the touchback, and Reagan will start first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Scoreless after 1 quarter of play. The bi-district championship game with Bowie and Converse Judson, the other side of this Division I matchup. Again, the Bowie Bulldogs hanging with the Judson Rockets so far in their bi-district round. We'll try to get you scoring updates on that game. Again, the next opponent is set. San Antonio O'Connor will play the winner of this game in the area championship next week at noon in the Alamo Dome. And Westlake has a huge deficit to overcome here, but moving left to right on your radio dial and on your computer screen will be Marcus Wright. He'll take the first carry of the second half, and that time he is swallowed up inside the pocket. He tried to dice his way through. Clayton Orr gets up from the pile along with Eric Upshaw, and they drop Marcus Wright after a gain of just 4 yards out to the 24-yard line.
Well, that's something we didn't see in the first half. He did a little dancing, hesitation as he was trying to find the hole, and he got smacked from behind as well as from in front.
It'll be second down and 6. Again, just underway. 30 seconds into the second half. 21-7. Reagan leading Westlake. Reagan with the football, moving left to right. Out of the shotgun, it'll be Walls on the zone read, and they hand it off to. This time they handed off to Marcus Wright. Marcus Wright got through the hole initially, but somebody grabbed his shirt and was able to drag him back, and it looked like Garrett Vandergraaf got a hold of him, and Vandergraaf actually swung him back and stalled him, and that's exactly what Lane Griggs said earlier this week. He said, we're not looking to stop him. We just got to stall him and wrap him up.
Joe, and Garrett Vandergraaf on that play also got a shoulder into Marcus Wright, and that's what sent him sprawling.
So again, a huge third down play right off the bat. 3rd down and 2. For the Reagan Rattlers, they break the huddle, moving left to right. Wheeler splitting out wide to the far side left. One receiver here to the near side right. Now in motion as the tight end comes around the corner. It's Aaron Bueno. The snap and the handoff will go to Marcus Wright. Michael Perkins wraps him up and brings him down from behind the line of scrimmage. What a play by Michael Perkins, a man who has broken bones in his back, had to take the last 3 weeks of the season off, and this time he wraps him up, and Ellis Claw is there to help. They force a punt on the opening drive in the second half, and now the momentum headed that way for the Westlake Chaparrals as we take a look at it on the Rudy's replay.
And you can see Marcus Wright, number 21, trying to turn the corner, and you can see that Perkins has him, and he waits for the reinforcements to come. Aaron Pettis is there. Eric Upshaw is there.
It'll be punting time again. Now we see the punter come on duty here, and it will be Ryan Brown to punt. And the punt caught by Aaron Pettis at the 31-yard line. He makes a stutter step at the 33, gets it out to the 36 before he's brought down. And the Westlake offense starts with pretty good field position just outside their own 37-yard line. First down and 10, and Westlake now with the crowd behind them.
Well, the defense did its job. It stopped the Reagan Rattlers 3 and out. They have to punt it. So now the offense has to do its job and get the ball down the field and get back on the board.
First down and 10. Walker Copeland taking over with 9:43 remaining in the third quarter. 21-14. Reagan with the lead. They force the punt. Now the fake handoff. And coming up the middle with it. Actually, they don't fake the handoff. Thought Walker kept it, but he handed it off to Brad Dornack. Dornack again on the right side. Looked like a little timing issue there with the handoff. No gain on the play. Maybe a gain of about 1. It'll be second down and 9. Stop made by Cody Ramirez.
They are, in fact, giving him about 1.5 yards, close to 2. But, yeah, it was a timing issue. And you see some replacements coming in now.
Yeah,
Balo is in.
Jeff Balo coming into the game for Brad Dornack, along with Wade Ferguson, who does have a catch. He'll line up to the wide side right. Tucker split out here to the near side left. Backs off set. Balo in the game at fullback. And they run an end-around shuttle pass. And now breaking out of the middle of it, it's Jeff Balo. Jeff Balo down the left sideline. He split the hash marks to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Jeff Balo. Lots of traffic all around the line of scrimmage. And somehow, Jeff Balo spurted out the middle of the tacklers and off to the races as he split it right down the middle of the field. Folks, we apologize. That was not the best call in the world. Bottled up right there in the middle of the field, Perry Watson, and somehow little Jeff Balo, red hair and all, found his way to the middle of the field. Touchdown, Westlake.
I'll tell you what, we'll talk about that. We're setting up right now for the extra point try by Justin Tucker.
Tanner Price on with the hold, snap down, and the kick is up. Are you kidding me?
61 yards.
61 yards, and we don't know how or why he got the ball. It was a shuttle pass but the traffic really bottled it up. We'll go ahead and keep it here because we just have to explain that play, Perry Watson. Unbelievable.
Last week they played the San Marcos Rattlers. They got Rattlers again this week, and last week you would have expected that from the San Marcos offense.
Indeed.
It was that old shell game, and you could see Walker Copeland going to his right, and everybody, you could see guys collapsing on him, and the next thing you know, Jeff Balo comes out of there with it.
We have no idea how he got out of. I mean, you really have to picture this in your mind, our radio and our internet audience, as we describe it to you. It was a design shuttle pass play, but there were the splits along the defensive line for the Reagan Rattlers were so tight that when the ball was snapped, everybody crashed towards the middle because they thought that it was going to be an inside handoff to Ryan Swope. Because of the traffic, they bottlenecked on Walker Copeland. Copeland tried to shuttle pass. Apparently, Jeff Balo was able to come up with it. Certainly not the way you draw it up, but Jeff Balo in from 67 yards, and right around midfield is where he made that move, and it was a huge touchdown. And the extra point good, 21-14. Westlake scores on one play.
Well, I'll tell you what, I said the defense did its job, the offense had to do its job. Well, the offense did its job. It is now a 7-point lead, 8:56 in the third quarter. Justin Tucker set the kickoff for Westlake.
And he'll kick it off from his own 40. He'll drill it deep, and he's going to drive the intended receiver downfield, James Spears, 8 yards deep for the touchback. And now with a 7-point lead, completely different ball game. 8:56 remaining in the third quarter. Westlake down by 7.
Well, and I'll tell you what, here's another important series for the defense because right now Westlake has the momentum. They had a little bit going into the locker room. They come out in the third quarter. They stop the Reagan Rattler offense on their first series. Then they turn it around and get a touchdown. So right now, another huge defensive play or series for the Westlake Chaparral.
Indeed, and we see Steve Wallace pulling out here to the near side right, 2 wide receivers to the far side left. In the shotgun, along with Walls, is Wright. Wright, who can definitely make some magic happen this time. He's wrapped up after the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly how you do it. A ton of tacklers on scene there. Michael Perkins leading the charge, along with Alex Miller, and that's exactly what Lane Grigg wants to see happen in this particular second half. That's the adjustment. Let him get the 3 to 4 yards, but don't let him loose.
Well, and he's already shown he's not going to be in a hurry to hit the hole. So what he's doing is he's picking his way, and then once he gets past a wave, he hits a gear. Now they're not allowing him to hit that gear.
Gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6. 8:24 clock running here in the third quarter. Shotgun set again for Walls, flanked by Wright on his left. The handoff will go to Walls, and Walls trying to work his way down the left hash mark. He's out past the 30-yard line. First down yardage and more to the 35 before he's brought down by Michael Perkins at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and again, along with Aaron Pettis, and again, they're not accounting for the quarterback. They're paying a lot of attention to Wright, which they should, but you can't give up on Derek Walls, the quarterback, because he's already shown he'll tuck it and run, and he did on that play.
So again, after the first down run, that first down brought to you by Apple Commercial Leasing. Call or click 33Lease. That's call 33Lease or click 33lease.com. Walls in the backfield again, and the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the near side right. Handoff is faked, and now rolling here to the near side is Walls, firing over the middle, and that pass is well overthrown. Bueno, the intended receiver downfield, and that was no bueno as the pass was incomplete.
That pass was anything but bueno. I tell you what, they were lucky that one didn't turn into Balo because it could have been an interception.
Oh, man, I tell you what, it certainly shows that you live in Hayes County, my man. Again, very, very good there. As I'll tell you what, we are not a little Spanish coming your way, man. You live south of the border, that Travis Hayes County line. That's kind of where I was going with a little Taco Bell reference. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right on second down and 10. Now the option play, they're going to keep it with Walls. Walls across the 40-yard line, down to the 42, and he actually works his way out to the 43-yard line. A pretty good run right there by Derek Walls, as they really have that option game planned. And there's a series of 3 plays, Perry Watson, where Walls could actually make the pitch or keep it, and they actually run a fake option where he actually rolls that direction and looks downfield for a pass.
Right, you're right. He had one of those options as far as the fake, the option to pitch. He held it. David Durham and Mark Daniel made the stop, but they were about 3 yards shy of a first down.
Third down and 3 after the pickup of 7 yards on second down. Walls changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers as he backs up into the shotgun. He's flanked by Walls, and they run the fake screen and hand it back to the Marcus Wright, and Marcus Wright trying to bounce it outside. He does, and he's able to get out of bounds just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That was a pretty impressive play right there, Perry Watson, as it was a fake screen pass and then the misdirection to hand it right back to Wright, who was able to get around the left side and move the chains for the Rattlers.
Yeah,
First down, Reagan.
Excuse me, Joe. He eluded a couple of tacklers, and they looked like they might have had him for a loss, but they weren't able to get him until he picked up the first down. Ellis Glaw along with Louis Swope run him out of bounds.
So it will be first down at 10. The ball resting at the Rattler 48-yard line, 2 yards away from midfield. One receiver each way. Dawson and Wright flanking. Walls in the back, and now the zone read. Back to pass his Walls. Has a man wide open, and now trying to make the tackle is Ellis Glaw, and he makes a touchdown-saving tackle right there. On the reception was Patrick Sullivan, and Sullivan hauling it in as he was wide open over the middle of the field, but Ellis Glaw stops him before he reaches pay dirt.
Well, I don't know what he was selling, but Ellis Glaw bought it, and it cost him because you can see the pass in the air, and he has all kinds of room. You see the separation he has from Glaw. Glaw has a little catch-up speed, and he was able to catch him, but he let him get too far away and run free for too long.
So it will be first and goal, a 47-yard reception, and Ellis Glaw saving the touchdown. Now the defense really has to anchor up. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Wright along with Walls and Dawson in the backfield. The handoff goes to Wright. Wright going right up the middle. Touchdown Reagan, as his third touchdown of the day is easy. Marcus Wright just skating into the end zone for the touchdown for the Rattlers.
Yeah, that was one of those plays that looked like he was almost running in slow motion. The hole was so wide, he ran straight through the hole. Nobody touched him. He goes in standing for the touchdown, and right now it looks like the Reagan Rattlers are trying to go up again by 2 touchdowns.
Sean Amandy and J.T. Williams, excellent blocks along with Nathan Dawson. Nathan Dawson really throwing the weight around, and that's exactly what sprung the hole along the offensive line. Out of the hold, the snap is down, and George makes this, it's no good. So again, the extra point is no good with 6:21 remaining. That's, say it again.
The Clyde, they've got the incorrect score
yeah,
on the
incorrect score. That was
27 to 14.
Exactly, it's 27 to 14. Again, I was about to say it as you were pointing to the scoreboard, Perry Watson. Again, the scoreboard is wrong. It's not a touchdown for Westlake. It's actually a touchdown for Reagan. So it now should read 27 to 20. 27 to 14, excuse me, and the scoreboard operators will get it right. Again, it's 27 to 14. We'll go ahead and keep it here as we take a look at the sideline. It is 27 to 14, your score here in the third quarter with 6:21 remaining, and we're still waiting for the scoreboard to actually
a couple
update.
Of
a couple of fans going, hey, what are you talking about?
What's the deal?
Hey, this is I know some of the Westlake fans would actually take the 20, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely, and they'd take the 6 off that Reagan just scored, but they call that stealing. And so that's not the case. It is, the scoreboard here is incorrect. It is 27-14 Reagan in the third quarter.
27-14, 7-play, 80-yard drive, 2 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock. Again, 27-14 after the point after touchdown by George was no good. The drive capped by a 5-yard touchdown run, but the play in that drive, Patrick Sullivan with the 47-yard reception. Ellis Glaw with the touchdown saving grab at the 5-yard line, but they were in 2 plays later.
Yeah, it looks like the officials may have noticed the scoreboard, so I think they're waiting for the scoreboard operator to make the adjustment on the scoreboard. The lead now back to 13 for the Reagan Rattlers, 27-14. Your score here from Bob Shelton Stadium in Hayes County. The Bi-District Championship on 1530 ESPN Austin. Again, we thank all of you for joining us here live on the radio in Austin, here in Bob Shelton Stadium on 102.9 FM. The Shap Signal running hardcore here in now the scoreboard's completely out. Excuse me, Joe.
And the scoreboard is completely out. The clock not running, and
now it's back.
And
the score is still incorrect.
The score is still incorrect, but I believe there we go. The scoreboard, it looked like, eluded the scoreboard operator. The battery's working. Every plug plugged in, and now it's 27-14 with 6:21, and you can hear the Reagan faithful on the other side saying, hey, finally got it right, and it is 27-14 with 6:21 remaining here in the third quarter. A lot of football left for Westlake and Reagan. George with the ensuing kickoff, back deep to receive. Louis Swope along with his brother Ryan Swope. A short kickoff, and it's going right to Ryan. He's going to take it at the 10-yard line. Right up the gut, following the wedge. Sheds a tackler at the 30. Still on his feet at the 35-yard line. Finally brought down at the 36. A huge return of 28 yards for Ryan Swope. And now everybody trying to get off of Ryan Swope so he can get up and take his customary position in the backfield for the Westlake Chaparrals. And Ben Stonestreet on the stop for the Reagan Rattlers.
Along with Chris Glasscock. And right now, it's again time for the offense to move the ball, get on the board. As you watch the Rudy's replay, number 25 gets through the first wave and was pulled down before just shy of the 40.
Quick to the line of scrimmage of the Chaparrals. They spread the offense out on the first play. They go to the far side, and that pass is behind Justin Tucker. Again, 2 yards off as definitely the target, not necessarily there. Vancour on the coverage. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Chaparrals.
Yeah, and on that play, Walker Copeland, he just telegraphed that pass because he only looked to the right. Tucker was the only receiver out there, and he threw it wide of him.
2nd down and 10, 6:07 remaining in the third quarter. 27-14 lead for the Westlake Chaparrals. And they trail the Reagan Rattlers here. They move right to left in the third quarter. And now with the end-around handoff goes to Ryan Swope. Swope with huge yardage across the 45. Midfield, cuts it outside, sheds a tackler at the 45-yard line. And he's finally brought down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line as he charges in to Rattler territory. A huge misdirection run right there by Ryan Swope, and that's how they caught the defense off guard.
Yeah, it was a good tackle by Lee Reitz to come up from his safety position and make the tackle. But as you watch the Rudy's replay, and you'll watch number 25 coming toward you, and at the end of this play, he's going to use something that you don't find a lot of high school players use, the stiff arm right there, right into the mask of Reitz, and was able to pick up a couple more yards as he takes him out of bounds.
1st down and 10 from the Rattler 38-yard line. Swope now in motion. Copeland in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking. Pumps once. Fires down the field for Mike Walker, and this one is overthrown by about 7 yards. Again, on the coverage downfield for the Reagan Rattlers is Matt Smith along with Vancour. Both guys on Mike Walker, and Mike Walker was overthrown by about 7 yards into the end zone. 2nd down and 10 coming up. 5:51 remaining in the third quarter. 27-14 your score. Reagan leading Westlake here from Bob Shelton Stadium. They break the huddle quickly. Ferguson and Tucker line up to the far side right. In the slot left here on the near side is Kendrick Cutsinger. Out of the gun, they run the same play, but this time Copeland's going to keep it. He's still running across the 35-yard line, down the sideline, very close to the first down before he's pushed out of bounds by LaQuincy McCall. And McCall again ushering out of bounds just inside the 32-yard line at the 31. A pretty good gain right there on 2nd down. He's just shy of the first down marker. He needs about 2.5 yards to pick up the sticks.
Yeah, it was a good play by Copeland because he was running all the way. And, you know, Joe, you mentioned in the first half the speed that number 12 has for Westlake, and you'd like to see him use it a little more. He did it on that play and picked up good yardage. Now they need to pick up a first.
It'll be 3rd down, and actually he went out of bounds at the 32-yard line, so they back him up all the way to the 32. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Back to pass out of the gun is Copeland, looking, firing across the middle, and that pass again overthrown, intended for Justin Tucker into double coverage at the 10-yard line, and it's punting time again for the Chaparrals. 4th down, and Lee Wright's on the coverage there as Copeland's right arm failing him there. Robbie Vancour on the coverage downfield on Tucker as well.
Yeah, right now Westlake hadn't decided. Well, I think they just now decided that they're going to punt, but they look like they were wondering about whether or not they'd go for it on 4th down.
There's very little wind down on the field, Perry, and this is.
And actually, Taze Jesse's in the hole.
He is indeed. So again, it'll be actually Tanner Price. Yeah, Tanner Price, and this is going pretty good spot here for Justin Tucker. This will be a 59-yard field goal. Snap down, kick up. Is it good?
Yeah.
Yes, it is! From 49 yards out, 49 yards out, excuse me. My math was a little off there because that's pretty believable right there. 49 yards out as Justin Tucker puts it in, and he had some room to spare. 5:32 remaining and points on the board. It is Reagan 27, Westlake 17 with 5:32 remaining in the third quarter. Westlake gets on the board courtesy of 49-yard field goal for Justin Tucker. And again, I apologize. I looked down at the field at my vantage point. Again, it looked like the 49-yard. It was a long way. Trust me, it looks a lot farther than most of us drive,
well,
Barry.
I'll tell you what, he got into it, and you wondered about when it got around the 10-yard line if it had enough oomph to get through, and it made it probably by a yard or two, but a good kick, and he was kicking into what breeze there is here at Bob Shelton Stadium.
I had plenty of, like you said, oomph on the football there, and you heard him in the halftime interview. Again, he talked about it with Matt Nader and All Heart, with Matt Nader and Justin Tucker, and he thought that quite possibly this game like in his sophomore year, may come down to a field goal or possibly an extra point to put his team in position to win the ball game. And he talks very candidly about muscle memory when it comes to kicking. He doesn't view any kick any differently. 49 yards out, 59 yards out, or 25 yards out. Every kick is the same for Justin Tucker, and it shows there.
And that's the way good kickers are. I mean, you talk to pro kickers, and that's what they tell you. Their approach is the same no matter where they're kicking from, and you can't vary it. You have to do what works for you.
Again, I'll get better with my math, I promise.
Hey,
27 to 7. Indeed. Don't even. You know what? Don't even talk about it. Spears with the ensuing kickoff reception, 9 yards deep. The right leg of Justin Tucker making San Antonio Reagan start from their own 20-yard line. I think it's Hayes that's doing it to me. Again, I'm not in Travis County anymore, and I know it. I know it. I know I'm not here. I need to be either in San Antonio or Austin, apparently, to do this job correctly. But in the middle, I could do it in San Marcos, too.
Kansas is a long way from here, Toto.
Exactly.
So you have to work with what you got.
We go to the Munchkins down on the sidelines, and again, 27 to 17, 5:32 remaining in the third quarter. Westlake down by 10 with a 49-yard field goal by Justin Tucker. That part of the program over. Now Walls back in at quarterback along with Wright. Marcus Wright does not take the handoff. It'll be Walls. Walls trying to work his way through traffic. And an unbelievable hit by Mark Daniel. I tell you what, he did not he did not see the train coming. And Derek Walls just got lit up at the 28-yard line.
Let me tell you what, when you're running through the defense like Walls was on that play, and you get that's one of those plays that'll turn. That's where you look through your ear hole after the hit. That's how hard that hit was by 47, Mark Daniel.
At 5'8", 165 pounds, he just took on a man that's just over 200 pounds, and I tell you what, Mark Daniel knows how to hit. He might be quiet in demeanor, but he is loud on the field from after an 8-yard pickup. Again, they run the zone read. This time Marcus Wright looking for room, and that time another hit. A nice job there by Eric Upshaw coming in and making the lick along with Michael Perkins. Perkins made the initial stop, and Upshaw was able to wrap him up. A nice job there. First down run. But again, containing Marcus Wright in the middle of the field, and we have yet to see Wright to try and even test the outside.
Well, not only containing him, but when you get to him, you got to make him pay. You got to hit him, and you got to take him down and make sure you wrap him up, and that's what they did on that play. And usually it'll take more than one guy.
5-yard run picks up the first down. The first down brought to you by Apple Commercial Leasing. Call or click 33lease.com. It'll be Dawson and Wright flanking Walls in the backfield. And again, it'll be Wright again off left tackle. And again, he hits a wall at the 35-yard line. And making the stop there or exactly a slew of redshirt defenders on the play. Up front, it'll be Omar Ontiveros along with Mark Daniel. Coming in there is David Durham. And that's exactly what Lane Grigg wants to see. A lot of guys just pounding the line of scrimmage as soon as the handoff is made.
When Marcus Wright gets the ball, I'm sure Lane Grigg told his guys, I want you to show up like ants at a picnic. I want everybody there, and that's what they've got to be able to do.
27 to 17, a 10-point lead. Reagan with the football. It'll be second down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. Two wide receivers split out wide to the far side left, one to the near side right. Now the option play. Walls is going to keep it. He'll work his way along the left side. David Durham in there along with a ton of other tacklers as Walls could not find the hole on that left side. They moved the ball out to the 41-yard line, so it's well shy of the first down. It's about 2.5 yards away from the first down. The ball is marked at the 41. They need between the 43 and the 44. Third down and a long 2 coming up for the Reagan Rattlers, and another big defensive play on the Rattler side of the field for the Chaparral defense.
Yeah, he faked it to Wright that time, but it was not a good fake. It was a half-hearted fake, and that's why the play didn't get more yardage.
Third down and the long 2. 3:12 remaining in the third quarter. 10-point lead for Reagan. 27-17 here from Hayes County. The handoff goes to Wright. Wright trying to make his move, and he doesn't get there. The senior linebacker, Mark Daniel, wraps him up. Some friends along the way come in and clean up the play along with Clayton Orr and Omar Ontiveros. And also Louis Swope coming in just to make sure that the running back went down. A loss of the play back to the 39-yard line, and it's punting time for the Reagan Rattlers.
Well, it was a good play by Mark Daniel because he was the guy that got there first, and that's what counted. He made it count when he got there. Number 47 hits Wright, wraps him up, takes him down.
Well, that could be a big-time highlight here in the third quarter, especially if Westlake can turn this drive into points. Mark Daniel stopping Marcus Wright on third down and 2, dropping him for a 3-yard loss. Back deep to kick, it will be Ryan Brown. Deep to receive, Ryan Swope along with Aaron Pettis. It's a low spiraling punt. It'll be fielded by Swope. And this is actually Louis Swope who catches it at the 30-yard line, falls forward to the 35, to the 37-yard line. And one thing is for sure, Perry Watson, there is a lot of good field position for the Chaparral offense here in the second half.
There is, and what that means is everything in your offensive arsenal is open to you. You can use anything that's in there, and what they've got to do now is find something that works, get some first downs, move the ball down the field, get back on the scoreboard. That 3 points by Tucker may be bigger than we think.
27-17, Chaparrals trailing by 10. They move right to left in the third quarter with 2:12 to play. 2 wide receivers to the far side right, 1 to the near side left. They run the pitch to Swope. Swope trying to run around to the right end. Spencer Neely on the tackle there, dropping him from behind before he can get to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Chaparrals.
Well, obviously they scouted Swope well, and on that play they were able to string him out, and then the reinforcements caught up with him. But you know, it's one of those plays where sooner or later number 25 is going to bust it, and you got to keep going to him and hoping he can get one of those blocks that will spring him.
Wade Ferguson checking in offensively with the play. $1:45 remaining here. As the clock moves in the third quarter, they give Ryan Swope a yard on the play, so it's 2nd down and 9. Ferguson lining up here to the near side left. Cutsinger along with Tucker split out wide to the right. Now Dornak going in motion to the far side. They roll the pocket to the right. Copeland looking downfield, has a man. The pass is high for Dornak, incomplete. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Westlake, and the touch just is not there for Walker Copeland on those short passes, and it's not there on the long passes either.
Well, that pass, and that was one of those plays where Dornak was wide open, and all he had to do was get it there, and he threw it too high, and there was nobody near Dornak, so he could have easily caught the ball and stepped out of bounds and maybe picked up a couple of yards after the catch. But the pass was just not on target.
Huge play for the offense, equally for the defense here for the Rattlers. Shotgun set, 2 wide receivers each way as Westlake spreads it out on 3rd and 9. Back to pass. Now Walker Copeland going to tuck it. He has some yardage, and again across the 35, cuts it back to the far side of the field at the 45-yard line before he's brought down at the 46. He had the first down before he made his decision to cut back to the far side right. And I believe Perry Watson, and I think we're safe in saying this, that Walker Copeland, sometimes he might be his own enemy at the end of plays, trying to make a little more of something that he really doesn't need to add to. I mean, he really has the opportunity to play well. He's just playing outside of himself.
Well, it's a case where you don't know where you are on the field either. You got to be oriented down on the field. You got to know where the sticks are, and that was a case where he had the first down, probably backed up just enough, trying to elude one more tackler. Take what you can get, and then, cut your losses.
Well, he had at least 12 yards in the first down. Now on 4th down and 1, Tucker will come in to punt, and it gets a smattering of boos from the Westlake faithful. And now Tucker kicking it. It's fielded by Walls at the 20-yard line, and Walls will fall forward to the 22, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
And that may be a personal foul. I don't know. I didn't see anything else, but they may have called that somebody hit him late, and we'll see. And Walls is getting up a little bit shaky on the play. And that's your quarterback down there fielding punts, so you got to wonder about why that is the case when you've got all those guys on the field and you've got a guy who's the trigger man on your offense, and why he's down fielding punts, I don't know. But that penalty incidentally goes against the Rattlers. So
it looks like an illegal block in the back
exactly.
end. Unfortunately, the official side of the field is the press box side where we are, but our referee signaled to the opposite side to the Reagan fans. Just a little reminder that, yes, that penalty is against the Reagan Rattlers.
Yeah.
Now he comes to the home side, the correct side, if you will. So that's a 15-yard penalty. They were going to get pretty good field position where the Rattlers right around the 24-yard line. Now it's inside the 15 at the 14-yard line as Walls and Wright take over for the Rattlers. 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line in Rattler territory. Again, going in motion is Sullivan to the far side right. Now the handoff goes to Wright in the backfield. Lots of traffic up front, not a lot of room to work with, and he works his way out to the 16-yard line. Call it the 17. A gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Rattlers. Alex Miller on the stop.
Yeah, Alex Miller, Mike Joyce. I saw Eric Upshaw in there as well.
And again, we talk about certain and this is nothing new as we talk about decision making from the quarterback position, Perry Watson. Again, as the quarter ends, we'll talk about it after this 60-second timeout. After 3 quarters of play, Westlake still very much in it. They've been down as much as 21 in this ball game. It's 27-17. Westlake trailing by 10 to the Reagan Rattlers. The Bidester Championship continues from Bob Shelton Stadium in 60 seconds. This is Westlake football. The pass is good. Bueno making the grab out past the 35-yard line down to the 39. A first down catch, and we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westlake football. click 33lease.com or call 33lease for Apple Commercial Leasing. Shotgun set for Walls. Wright and Dawson flanking him on either side. 1 quarter of play left for the Westlake Chaparrals, and Derek Walls keeping it on the zone read, angles his way out, and making the stop on that particular play was Garrett Vandegraff. Vandegraff bringing Walls down at the 39-yard line after a short gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9. We are 45 seconds into the 4th quarter as Westlake again will have to make another stop in order for their offense to get the ball back. It's a 2-possession game here for the Chaparrals. Walls and Wright in the backfield. 2 wide receivers here to the near side left as Reagan again moves right to left here in the 4th quarter. The handoff goes to Marcus Wright. Wright around the left corner. A flag is down, and this is normally a holding penalty as Wright crosses the 50-yard line out to the 45, and no doubt it will be a hold as on the near side Wright was able to turn the corner. But again, everybody in the stadium knows that this one's coming back.
Yeah, and you know, you can see the play developing kind of slowly, and Wright was not running fast. Again, he takes his time finding the hole. He comes around the left end, and 2 flags come out. So what would have been a first down inside the Westlake 40 is going to be now moved back because of that holding penalty, and the ball is at the 32 of the Reagan Rattlers.
They back the pigskin all the way up to the Rattler 32-yard line. And again, this is going to be 2nd down and 16 after the loss on the penalty. Checking in to the ball game is Steve Wallace. Wallace again as a receiver along with Dawson. Dawson coming in with the offensive play there. 2nd down and 16, 10:40. Clock moving here in the 4th quarter. Westlake down by 10, 27-17. Walls flanked by Dawson and Wright in the backfield. Now Wright going in motion to the far side. Wright staying with him is Aaron Pettis. Now they try to run the flanker screen, but Walls stops. He's going to retreat here to the near side. Coming up is Ellis Glaw. Glaw closing beautifully at the 36-yard line. A hand clap and a smack in congratulations from Mark Daniel, as that was an excellent job by the sophomore defender there, Ellis Glaw. I know his granddad's listening on the internet at westlakefootball.net. That time, Ellis Glaw closing beautifully on the quarterback, who has slowed down a step after taking all the hits.
Yeah, and that was the key. Ellis Glaw didn't waste any time to close, and then he made it all come together when he got there.
Huge play here. 3rd down and 12, inside 10 minutes to play. 4th quarter from Hayes County. 3 wide receivers to the far side right. Sullivan in the slot left. Back to pass is Walls. Walls looking, fires over the middle, has a man, Sullivan, but it's picked off by Michael Perkins. Michael Perkins is across the 45-40 into Rattler territory, and he steps out of bounds. That may be the defensive play of the game as Michael Perkins steps up with a huge interception. And now, Ryan Ambrose, if you're listening, the defensive backfield is just fine. Michael Perkins coming up with the 2nd interception. In the 1st quarter, it was Ellis Glaw. In the 4th quarter, it's Michael Perkins.
Well, and I'll tell you what, that was one of those cases where the quarterback, Derek Walls, went to the well once too often, and Perkins was there to take care of business. Now the Westlake Chaparrals have the ball at the Reagan Rattlers, 32.
Mike Walker and Justin Tucker split out wide to the near side right. Backs off set, right. And Walker Copeland sends Dornack in motion here to the near side. They run the option play. Now Walker pitching it to Ryan Swope, who has some blockers in front of him. To the 25-20, to the 10, 15, 10-5, and he's almost into the end zone, but he steps out of bounds just inside the 5-yard line. Wow, I tell you what, Ryan Swope found another gear at the 15-yard line. And again, one official actually signaled. Actually, he stepped out of bounds just inside the 15-yard line, so they actually mark him down at the 14-yard line.
You can watch it here on the Rudy's replay. Number 25 coming right at you, and he gets a guy having his shoulder, and he just shucked that off and he went
stepped,
on downfield.
Yeah, stepped right out of bounds just inside the 15-yard line. An 18-yard run, 1st down run for Swope. He gets it again, this time right up the middle, and he is swallowed right at the line of scrimmage at the 18-yard line. No gain. Excellent play up front by Josh Dam, along with Spencer Neely, as they plug that hole up immediately between the guards and the tackles.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do as a running back if the hole's not there and you've already committed to go that direction. You just have to take your lumps, and that's what number 25 Ryan Swope did on that play. If you can get him a hole open and he can get through it, he can do some damage.
2nd turnover for Reagan on the interception by Michael Perkins on 3rd and 12. Now it's 2nd down and 9 after the yard pickup by Ryan Swope. Kendrick Cutzinger split out wide to the far side left. Now Cutzinger in motion, and he regains his spot down on the line of scrimmage as a tight end. Now Tucker in motion. Back to pass and rolling to his left is Walker Copeland, looking for a pass open here to the near side, and it's complete. And it's Brad Dornak at the 15-yard line, bumping his way down to about the 12, and that play was just a little off in timing. Otherwise, it could have sprung for a whole lot more than just a gain of 3.
Joe, you hit it. The play was slow in developing because he had the wall set up, and Copeland held the ball a little long, and when he got it there, the pursuit started to catch up. So Dornak didn't have the protection that he would have had the pass been thrown to him sooner.
Well, actually, it's only technically a gain of a yard on the play. Dornak flanking Walker Copeland on a huge opportunity here. Now it's an empty backfield as Dornak retreats to the far side left. Here comes the blitz, firing over the middle, and that pass is caught by Kendrick Cutzinger. Nice job there by Cuddy to get the ball at the 6-yard line, but they're very close to a first down. They don't have it. They need the 5-yard line, and Cuddy was down at the 6. 4th and 1, and a huge decision for Derek Long.
And it's another situation where guys don't know where they are on the field. If you can get to the 6 and you need to net the 5, move down another yard before you cut your route off.
Well, to be honest with you, from our vantage point, it looks like the ball's just outside the 5-yard line, but it's technically 4th and 3. So 4th and 3, wow, that's an interesting spot there because Cuddy definitely got to the 6-yard line, but no matter, it'll be a short chip shot for Justin Tucker, his second field goal of the second half, and it is good. Good as Price easy with the hold. 7:25 remaining in the ball game. Westlake now just down 7. It's Reagan 27, Westlake 20. Westlake football continues in a moment. End zone with 7:25 remaining in the ball game. Westlake trailing by 7. Justin Tucker, who has 2 field goals in this second half, kicks a good field goal out of the back of the end zone about 8 yards deep. Unbelievable right leg for the young man who is graduating early. And one man who wants to stay in school, but he'd love to graduate early, is Rob Durkee. Rob down on the sidelines. What's the mood on the sideline now after the interception led to points for Westlake?
Well, you know, just like you said, that could be the play of the game for Michael Perkins. But, you know, he's just doing really well this game with his broken bones in his back.
All right, thanks very much. Rob Durkee down on the sidelines. That's just unbelievable. He's got some fractures in his backbone, and you'll be able to allude a little bit more to that after we come back. First down and 10 after this play at the 20-yard line. Reagan back on, moving right to left. The zone read again. This time it goes to Marcus Wright. Wright trying to make his move. He bounces it outside, running right by Garrett Vandergraaf, but catching him from behind after the 12-yard pickup is Clayton Orr. Clayton Orr brings him down at the 32-yard line. And again, Louis Swope on the coverage there as well. And it looks like they're going to move the ball back. He looked like he fell at the 32-yard line. It's actually at the 31, so back it up a yard. An 11-yard pickup on first down and 10, Perry.
Yeah, and you were talking about the injury to Perkins, and I talked to the team doctor. Basically what he's got, he didn't have any nerve damage. He's got some fractures, but it's a part of the spine that doesn't interfere with the nerves.
So, again, it's the good kind of spinal injury, if there is any good kind.
If there is one.
Trips to the near side left. Again, 3 wide receivers lining up. Again, a very interesting formation, and they go to the run. Surprise, surprise. But Clayton Orr coming in again and making the head-hunting move on Marcus Wright. No gain on the play, and that time the senior outside linebacker saw the trips to the far side and knew that it was coming his way. Mark Daniel also on the play as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Garrett Vandergraaf went over the top and turned Marcus Wright around, and just as he was getting his direction going, his compass going, number 47 hit him high and just smacked him.
Clayton Orr getting in there on the lower end of that as well. That's a sandwich I don't want to be a part of. You got Clayton Orr taking you out below and Mark Daniel taking you out from above the waist. No gain on the play. Second down and 10, 27-20. The lead is with Reagan. The handoff on the zone read again goes to Marcus Wright. They crash down on the line of scrimmage, and this time Mark Daniel again bringing down the tailback for Reagan, and they have really solved the puzzle here in the second half. In fact, from the second quarter to 5:58 remaining in the ball game, Marcus Wright has been silenced.
Well, they seem to have, you're right, they seem to have solved it, and I think one of the things that helped them solve it is solid hitting, and that's what number 47, Mark Daniel, did, a big bear hug and a smackdown on that play, and that sets up a 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9, 5:40. The Westlake faithful rising here on the home side of the field. Shotgun set for Walls. 2 wide receivers here to the near side left, 1 to the far side right. They run the option play. Walls is going to keep it. Walls has some room, and he has the first down as he breaks into the secondary. Across the 45-40, 35-30. Has some room. Turning around is Louis Swope, and racing him down is Aaron Pettis. A huge gain on 3rd down and 9. An explosive play on the option. Derek Walls brought down inside the 19-yard line down to the 18.
A play you can't have happen if you're the defense, as you watch the Rudy's replay and you see Walls running free, and he runs for a long time. Number 6 moving it down the field, and what could have been a huge defensive play on the Rattler side of the field ended up as a big offensive play on the Westlake side.
A 50-yard pickup for Derek Walls. Morgan Lewis is checked into the ballgame on 1st down and 10 from the Chaparral 18-yard line. Flanked by Dawson and Wright in the backfield. The zone read again, this time to Wright. Right across the middle of the field, inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13, to the 12, before he's finally brought down by Omar Ontiveros along with Eric Upshaw.
And Mark Daniels. So they're gang tackling him. He is not getting the sprints away from the line of scrimmage he was getting in the first quarter. And now they got to do something not only to keep Wright in check, but to do something about the quarterback Walls when he takes off with it.
So again, it'll be 2nd down after the gain of 6 for Wright. Bo Wheeler splitting out here to the near side left. Sullivan on the far side right. 2 backs in the backfield. It is Dawson and Wright flanking Walls. And now Sullivan will be in motion here to the near side left. They run the zone read again. Wright trying to bounce outside. He totally shakes off Aaron Pettis on his way to the end zone, and Wright scores from 12 yards out. He went right by Aaron Pettis. The senior could not get the angle, and into the end zone goes Marcus Wright. And now it is an uphill battle and then some for the Chaparrals as they take a 3rd and 9. And Derek Walls takes it 50 yards downfield to the 8-yard line. 2 plays later, Marcus Wright into the end zone for the 4th time this afternoon.
Well, it was a case where Pettis had a shot at him and just didn't hit him. He was trying to grab him as he tried to make the tackle, and Wright would have none of that.
George on for the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it's a low line drive kick that is good. With 4:11 remaining in the ball game, it is Reagan 34, Westlake 20. Back in a moment. This is Westlake football. Spotter and student assistant is Blake Warren. And again, it's an uphill battle. 14-point lead here for the Reagan Rattlers. And now Westlake is going to have to do what it's accustomed to doing, score and score very quickly.
They do need to score quickly. You get a touchdown, hopefully, and then the onside kick, and you go from there. But they need to do something in a hurry because they got 4:11 left on the 4th quarter clock, down by 2 touchdowns.
Again, 34-20, your score. George, the shoeless one, lining up for the onside kick, and he just kicks it straight up in the air, and now it takes a bounce, and now Westlake has to recover. Diving on it is the Ocho. That is Taze Jesse, and I tell you what, Taze Jesse just probably made the play of his career as he covered up the football on the onside attempt. In fact, it was just a short kick. He actually just kind of squibbed it, and it hit, just pooched it up in the air for a short kickoff.
Give Taze Jesse a lot of credit, because if they don't recover that, this game's over. There's still a shot, and it's a long shot, but at least they have a chance.
70 yards away from pay dirt. Walker Copeland again going to have to guide his offense down the field, and down the field in a hurry. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right. It's Walker and Tucker. The handoff will go to Ryan Swope. Swope trying to bust it up the middle. He gains 5 yards out to the 36-yard line. In fact, 36 yards on the carry there for Ryan Swope. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Westlake Chaparrals. On the stop is Lee Wrights.
I'll tell you what, Wright wasn't feeling too good when he got up after that play, because he took on Swope head on, and number 25 laid a lick on him.
2nd down and 4, clock moving inside, 3:45 to play. Shotgun set here. Here comes the blitz. Walker Copeland takes off at the 35-40. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. Still cutting his way out to the 45-yard line to the 46-yard line. A gain of 10 on the 1st down. Garrett Brown brings down the Westlake quarterback, and Mike Walker jogs in from the sideline with the play.
Yeah, it was a good play by Copeland. He spent most of his time between the hash marks, but he was able to figure out how to get a 1st down. The ball now at the 46 of Westlake.
3.5 minutes. Again, the clock never really stopped after the 1st down. Not too sure what that's about. Copeland back to pass on 1st down and 10. Fires to the near sideline, and that one is well out of play and incomplete down the near sideline, as that pass found the Westlake sideline before it found the intended receiver, Mike Walker.
And you know what, Joe? It looks like that pass is the one that Copeland seems to have the most trouble throwing. because it's just a short out, and he can't. You got to have some arm strength, and he looks like he's slinging it out there, and it's just taking off on him, going wide of the mark.
34-20, second down and 10 now from the Reagan 46-yard line. The end around handoff goes to Brad Dornak. Not too sure what the play calling is about here on second down and 10. They run a misdirection with Dornak, and he gains a yard. Precious seconds ticking off the clock. Down 14. You need to try to get vertical and go downfield.
Joe, you hit on two things I was thinking. One, the selection of the play on that one, and two, the time you're taking to get a play in. They're sending it in, and they're taking a lot of time. We're on the inside of 3 minutes, and they're down 2 scores.
2 wide receivers each way. Now inside 3 minutes as Dornak empties the backfield and comes to the near side. Now Copeland, here comes the blitz, steps up. A lot of real estate, fires here to the flat. That pass is caught by Dornak at the 48-yard line. Falls forward. He's very close to the first down. Clock's still moving, and the chains, it looks like he is just shy. In fact, he's about 1.5 yards away from the first down marker. And again, time ticking away for the Chaparrals, and they aren't even close into hurry up.
Well, and this is where you need your no huddle offense. There shouldn't be huddles in a situation like this with a clock with inside of 2.5 minutes left in the game.
On fourth down, this is the game for Westlake. Across the 50-yard line, Copeland running for his life, trying to get to the first down marker, and he does. So again, with that, on fourth down, Copeland breathes back a little bit of life into the Chaparrals, and he is very close to the first down. They're going to he eclipsed the first down marker. There's no doubt about it. He got 2 yards behind, and the Reagan Rattlers a smattering of boos from where the spot is. And now, because of the spot issue, the official is going to measure.
That shouldn't have been close.
And he stepped out of bounds at the Reagan 43-yard line, and the ball is actually at the 44, full yard behind where Walker stepped out of bounds on the far side.
This shouldn't be a question. This should have already been the signal for first down. Should have already been made, but that spot was like 1 yard shy of where he went out.
So it is a first down. That is very close. In fact, right now, I'm sure that Paul Tucker and Texas Cardiovascular on speed dial from the Westlake faithful, because that small of a mark is the difference in Westlake's season right now. Derek?
Yeah, it was a bad spot. That's what it was. It's a poor spot because I watched him as he ran out of, checking where he went out of bounds. He easily went out of bounds 1 yard beyond where they marked the ball.
First down and 10. From the 44, should be the 43, but it's the 44. The men in black and white definitely leading the way here. Back to pass out of an empty backfield is Copeland. Copeland now, again, a flag on the play, firing downfield. It's complete to Kendrick Cutzinger at the 29-yard line, but a flag has been thrown, and it's holding on Westlake.
Yeah, and I don't know, just looking at how that play developed, I watched the offensive line and the defenders coming in, and I think one of the defenders got caught between 2 guys. I don't know that he was really held, but they threw the flag there, so that's going to nullify that pass play.
It was an easily a first down reception by Kendrick Cutzinger, who had to go to his knees to make the grab. An athletic play, but it's negated due to the holding penalty in the backfield. This backs the football back into Westlake territory to the 46-yard line. First down and 20 with 2 minutes straight up to play in the ball game. 34-20, down by 14. Copeland back to pass. Now he's going to tuck it and try to run behind some blockers. He bounces it out to the 45-yard line. He's very close to the original line of scrimmage. Another flag comes in at the end of the play on the far side at the 46-yard line. Not too sure what this is about, but another penalty flag here with 1:48 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, when the flag came down on the other side of the field, so from my vantage point, we couldn't tell what it was. There was a lot of traffic following number 12, Walker Copeland, as he tried to.
That's another hold on Westlake. Wow, another 10-yard penalty. So this run's going to come back, and Westlake continues to get further and further away from the end zone, and they have absolutely no time.
Yeah, they're going the wrong direction at the worst possible time.
And they're going to back it up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. This will take them back into Westlake territory, and the Chaparrals will now start. And it was first down and 20. Now it's they actually mark it back. So it was a 10-yard pickup. So they go back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down and 23. Now Copeland under pressure looking, and now he's going to take a sack at the 36-yard line. Indicative of the day for Walker Copeland. He has just not had the ability to make the quick decisions to get out of trouble. Donald Harvey bringing him down for the first sack of the ball game, and the senior captain walking off the field. as a timeout has been called.
Westlake has called a timeout, and they're trying to figure out what they can do here with a minute 34 left. They got the ball, Joe, with 4:11 in the game, and you know, a lot of time ticked off in between plays. And again, I'm kind of surprised that we didn't see a no-huddle offense.
I am too. You look at the opportunity that this ball club had in front of it. A 3rd down and 9 play. They're down 7 points after getting an interception from Michael Perkins earlier in the quarter that set up what could have been a touchdown drive. They settled for the 3 points, which they needed anyway. They're down by 7. And when you take a look at opportunities lost, they're all over the place, Perry Watson. Again, with Walker Copeland not being able to make the running decisions that would help him out, penalties that have backed the ball up into their own side of the field. I mean, tons of things have gone wrong for Westlake that they have just been unable to overcome.
Yeah, you can't do that against a good team and try to win a game. It's just tough.
It's 2nd down and 29. They try a little trickery here with Ryan Swope, and Swope is into the clear at the 50 to the 45, brought down inside the 35-yard line, down close to the 1st down. In fact, I think he picked it up. A huge run inside the 25-yard line, or excuse me, inside the 35-yard line, down to the 33, and it is a 1st down.
Garrett Brown.
Yeah, Garrett Brown on the stop, Perry, 1:28 remaining, and that time the little trickery works to perfection.
You're exactly right, and here is Ryan Swope on the Rudy's replay, and he gets downfield, picks up an extra couple of yards as he not only runs over, but steps on a guy.
Again, now the quarterback keeper on the misdirection. They run the same play, but different personnel with the football, and it's Walker Copeland. He's chased out of bounds by Garrett Brown, not after a 5-yard pickup that takes him inside the 29-yard line. And it will be, check that, it's a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6 coming up for Walker Copeland.
Well, they need a touchdown, and they need to do it quickly, as we've said before. A minute 15 left in the game, and they're at the 30-yard line, so they got to do something fast.
Ferguson, Tucker, and Swope split out here to the near side. They run the quarterback keeper, and now Copeland's off to the races, up the middle to the 20, to the 15, before he's brought down inside the 14-yard line. 1st down again as the clock stops with 67 seconds remaining. He is down at the 15-yard line. 1st down for Westlake. Mike Walker checking in. Jesse Van Winkle putting Copeland to sleep at the 15-yard line.
Well, it took him 8 seconds about to get 10 yards and a little more for the 1st down, so the ball's at the 15 now.
So again, it'll be 1st down and 10, and now a timeout will be taken, and this one no doubt taken by Reagan. And again, Reagan with no doubt sucking air at this point. 30-second timeout. Again, 34-20, as Perry Watson and I are on the same wavelength. Again, the final minute of the 2007 season coming up after this 30-second timeout. This is Westlake football. Mays County, 34-20, overcast skies here on Saturday, November 17th. And again, Walker Copeland with 3 wide receivers. He takes the low shotgun snap, looks towards the end zone, fires. It's caught by Tucker, and Tucker is into the end zone. No, he's down at the 1. We have one near side judge said he got in, and one official said he did not get in. Either way, the clock is going to stop, and it is very close as it's 1st and goal. I cannot believe it. Tucker did get into the end zone, but he was apparently, his knee came down at the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 6-inch mark, and Walker Copeland's going to bury it into the end zone for the touchdown. So now it's there, 26-34. Reagan with the lead. They've got an 8-point lead, point after touchdown coming, and no doubt Justin Tucker will get to try something that he rarely has the opportunity to do, an onside kick. So Walker Copeland, give credit where credit is due. He completed the passes when he needed to, picked up the 1st down with his legs, and used the no-huddle offense very, very nicely as he guided that scoring drive. Again, 34-26 with 42 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Bryce on to hold for the extra point. Uribe with the snap. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 42 seconds remaining in the ball game, you know exactly what you're going to see. The score, Westlake trailing by 7. Reagan 34, Westlake 27. Back in 30 seconds, this is Westlake football. Reagan is already there. Marcus Wright isn't even close to his own end zone. He's about 23 yards away from the end zone, and this might be, in his senior season and his career at Westlake, the shortest kickoff that we've seen from Justin Tucker. We know he has the power to drive it out of the back of the end zone, Perry Watson. This time we get to see how good a touch he has.
Well, you got 2 choices here. You can do the standard onside kick where you kick the ball and make it bounce high to try to get to it, or you can pooch it and see if one of your guys can get to it before, because then when it goes 10 yards, it's anybody's ball. So if you pooch it and maybe you get it where you got a couple of guys going for it and one knocks the other off it, who knows?
You've got speed all around. Taking a look at the field, it's Ferguson, Swope, Balo, Perez, Glaw, along with Chris Wilbur. He is down on the field as well, and Ryan Swope in there. In addition to that, Hank South, along with, like I said, Chris Wilbur's down there as well. The hands unit and the speed unit about to take this onside kick. With 42 seconds remaining, here's the onside kick. A ball goes up in the air. It's loose. Did Westlake get it? Hold on 1 second. They're unpiling the pile, and it is San Antonio Reagan football.
It was a good kick.
Oh, it was an excellent opportunity there, as literally the air was sucked out of Bob Shelton Stadium here for a moment, for just a couple of seconds. An excellent effort by Justin Tucker, and good hands there on the reception. So with 38 seconds remaining, it's not over technically. Reagan has to run 2 plays to run out the clock and hold off the Chaparrals here in the Bi-District Championship round.
Well, it's a case of things not getting done early, and that's what cost you. Where this point in the game, you're in one of those almost no-win situations, and it's a 48-minute game, but it comes down now to the last 38 seconds where it doesn't look like there's much Westlake can do about it.
Again, the handoff will go to Marcus Wright. Wright again across the 45-yard line. The play will come dead at the 46-yard line after a gain of 1. 30 seconds and the clock moving here for the Chaparrals, and they have timeouts to take, and they're not taking them.
Well, good. They won't do you any good in the post.
Yeah, you can't keep them. That's for sure.
You can't carry them over to next season. So, and now after 10 seconds run off the clock, looks like Derek Long's called timeout. So you wonder why it wasn't called sooner. Well,
again, you got a 1-yard gain, and I think back in my broadcasting career, Perry Watson, I go back to a game with Leander and Dallas Carter about 5 years ago in Waco ISD Stadium. It was one of those situations where Dallas Carter had presumably lost the game. They were down by 14 points with a little over a minute to play, and they had the ball at the 1-yard line. They go 4th and goal from the 1. They do not get in. Leander would take over on their own 1-yard line. They'd run 3 back-to-back running plays, and all of a sudden it's 4th down and they're punting from their own end zone. And in that time, the Dallas Carter fans completely vacated the stadium. And on the punt, guess what happened? A block punt recovered in the end zone, and now they're a 2-point conversion away from losing the ball game. So they took a timeout, so they put some time back on the clock. Excellent spotting duties done there by our statistician Brian Ferguson, as they realized that Westlake had called a timeout long before the clock had ticked off. Well, now they've changed it. Not too sure what's going on here. It went from 27 seconds down to 15 seconds.
And that's where I noticed the time. It looked like the time was stopped at about 15 seconds. So apparently it wasn't called early. But my question goes back to what you were talking about. When the play is stopped, why not call the timeout right there? We look at the board. They had 2 timeouts left. You might as well use them.
Yeah, like I said, you can't take them with you.
No.
Kind of like money after you're dead. You can't take it with you.
Exactly. Subway token does you no good in Hayes County, right?
So, again, it will be 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. And we're trying to make it entertaining here. Again, Westlake, no doubt, barring a Franco Harris-type miracle here, is no doubt going to go down in the first round. And we see a shot of Matt Nader, obviously pretty disappointed here as he has made the trip back from the University of Texas with the off week, and the Longhorns taking on the.
I just saw the official look at Derek Long to see if he wanted to call timeout, and Long shook his head no. So
he's going to let it run out, and with that, he lets the clock run out, and that's the season for the Westlake Chaparrals. They go down 34-27 here in Hayes County. Congratulations to Marcus Wright and the Reagan Rattlers. Again, you think back to the 4th quarter, the Westlake defense only allowed Marcus Wright a touchdown in the second half.
Right.
I mean, it's actually, and I'll be honest with you, a 21-7 lead going into the halftime, and you allow Marcus Wright to just 6 points and 1 touchdown in the second half after what he's done.
Well,
in the first quarter, pretty unbelievable stuff.
Well, you're right, and I go back to it's a 4-quarter game. Go back to the first quarter where Marcus Wright ran for 2 touchdowns and 200 yards, and that's where this game got out of hand. And from that point on, the Westlake Chaparrals were looking up at the scoreboard, trying to catch up, and were never able to close the gap.
No, they were not. And again, it's going to be the final thoughts of Derek Long of the 2007 season. And I'll be honest with you, folks, we have not seen a team in turmoil quite like the Westlake Chaparrals. And I'm not talking about attitude or negativity or anything like that. We're talking about the biggest problem in football, and that is injuries. We had talked to Derek Long every single week, and every single week it was somebody else going down, whether it was Cameron Nichols going down after the Anderson game, getting ready for Bastrop. It's just a constant barrage of people. Jordan Etier, again, in the Bastrop game, going down. Your biggest spark plug on offense, no longer there. You had to watch guys like Kendrick Cutzinger play through a partial meniscus problem. Michael Perkins with broken bones in his back.
Joyce with his shoulder.
Yeah, Michael Joyce with this two. He's playing with two shoulders that could come out at any time.
Well, and keep this in mind. By no means is any of this an excuse for what's happened.
The fact that they're even here is impressive.
And it's everything you talked about is part of football, because I've talked to opposing coaches all season long, and they all had injuries, and that's just part of the game, and you have to deal with that. And Derek Long's talked about that week after week. He said, well, we get one guy out, we have to plug another guy in. That's why you have as many guys on the roster. But it was a situation where today they faced a good team, a really good team, and they got behind. And when your offense is not clicking like you want, and give the Reagan Rattlers some credit, because on defense they did a good job of containing Ryan Swope. He had some plays, but none of the big plays we've seen from him all season long. And so they did a good job, and they did a good job of tackling, which was a problem for the Westlake Chaparrals, particularly in the first half of this game, when they had plays like that 91-yard run by Marcus Wright, where 3, 4, 5 guys hit him, and nobody could get him down. So it was a case where you had one team that was fundamentally better in terms of the Reagan Rattlers and the way they tackled, and another team that didn't quite measure up in their tackling ability in the Westlake Chaparrals, and it cost them.
It did indeed. And now the teammates and the 2007 Westlake Chaparrals, along with the Spirit Squad, along with the cheerleaders, the school song. This is the final game for a ton of seniors on this team. Think about guys like Justin Tucker and Wade Ferguson and Clayton Orr and Aaron Pettis. Ryan Ambrose, unfortunately, not even getting the opportunity to play in his final game because of a virus that has him home ill. I know that he's got to be even more sick now to look at this. But you have to look at this particular season. The microcosm, Clayton Orr. Clayton Orr enduring every possible thing you could imagine from a football player's standpoint, from turf toe to situations with his viral meningitis to a shoulder injury to a jaw injury. I mean, you look at all of the things that happened to not only Clayton but to a lot of guys on this team. And Coach Long said it. What's impressive about this 2007 ball club is the fact that while unhealthy, they're still pretty good, and they're better than a lot of teams at 100%.
Well, they made a run at the district championship and getting into the playoffs. Midway through the season, they lost a couple of back-to-back district games to Austin High and Bowie, and that team could have folded its 10th in. It did not. It made it into the playoffs, and the bad news, though, this is the third of the 4 25-5A teams to go down. We don't know what Bowie was doing with Judson, but we know that Austin High lost. We know San Marcos lost to Madison, and today the Westlake Chaparrals go down to the Reagan Rattlers.
Yeah, Smithson Valley taking care of Austin High 35-0 last night down in right here at Bob Shelton Stadium, as a matter of fact. And also last night, 22-14, the final score. Madison taking care of San Marcos, and San Marcos actually giving Smithson Valley, Madison actually giving San Antonio Madison a run for their money on a score that was pretty close. 22-14 is pretty impressive no matter how you slice it. But you take a look at Lane Grigg and Sewell Ross and Derek Long, Jared Wingfield coaching the receivers. He lost a big blow. He lost a big part of his offense with Jordan Etier. And Mark Hurst, again, Mark Hurst had the best job for 3 years. He had to work with Justin Tucker. Enigmatic, quirky, but hilarious to work with, and he's a kicker, but he's also an athlete. And we will look forward. Longhorn fans, if you pay attention to the Texas Longhorns, get ready, because Justin Tucker has satisfied all of his education requirements at Westlake, and he will graduate in December after his final day at Westlake, he will go to the 40, and at the 40 acres, he will have the opportunity to participate in spring ball. And when you graduate early, kind of like Foswit Whitaker did for Pearland last year, you have the opportunity to get involved in the program, meet your coaches, meet your players. And right now we can see on the sidelines now, if we can try to point our camera, but on the sidelines, Mark Hurst and Justin Tucker embracing. Again, that's a coach that the legendary UT kicker Jeff Ward worked with all the way back in the 1981 season. So Mark Hurst has been working with kickers a long time, and along with Jeff Ward, Justin Tucker is one of the special guys, and you will see him in burnt orange on Saturdays, no doubt next year possibly kicking off as a true freshman.
Well, you talked about Tucker leaving. Well, that look at the when you look at the offensive line for Westlake, it's all leaving. I mean, everybody from Alex Weghorst, Jay Messer, Patrick Jupy, David Dyer, Ross Cooper, and Kendrick Kutzinger. Those guys are all seniors. So a very talented group will be vacating the hills of Westlake.
Yes, indeed. And we talked about that group of guys. You know, David Gurman and Forrest Justice really kind of took over that left guard position. When you look at Swope, again, the difference in today's game. For Swope, 18 carries, 124 yards in 11 games. He broke the 1,300 yards. In fact, he got over 1,400 yards rushing. Led the team in receiving, 21 touchdowns, and Ryan Swope definitely a bright spot. You talk about guys leaving, guys coming back, and there are people down on the JV and on this ball club who will step in on the offensive line, and guys like Tanner Price, who got a lot of work in his sophomore season after being hurt most of his freshman year. Tanner Price is that prototypical drop-back passer, tall. He's throwing with the wrong hand. He's left-handed, tall.
But he's in his right mind.
He's in his right mind. He's able to complete short passes. We've seen what he can do on the run, and he will have the opportunity to guide this offense along with guys that are coming up from JV. There's a lot of talk about Tanner taking the reins over for Walker Copeland, but you have to give credit where credit is due. Walker Copeland had an amazing season, and it was all on what the kids call on the down low. He was very much not in the paper all that much. He didn't get the ink, but you look at what his numbers were coming into this game. Walker Copeland, 81 of 132, completing 61% of his passes. Folks, I'll be honest with you, 61% of his passes. Nick Foles threw for 59% in his senior season, so he completed at a higher percentage rate than Nick Foles. 18 touchdowns to just one interception before today's interception. 18 touchdowns to just one pick in 10 games. That's remarkable. The fact that Westlake had the opportunity to get on the field, he was able to throw the ball around a little bit, and at one point he's averaging 140 yards passing per game and threw for 18 touchdowns, ran for 4 more, another touchdown today, 5. So Walker Copeland, while he received a lot of criticism after the Abilene game for decision-making problems and timing issues and not being able to do the things that a quarterback, that the Westlake Nation was used to a quarterback to doing. What Westlake fans really need to realize is that you're probably looking at the best, if not the second best quarterback to ever play quarterback at Westlake. Nick Foles last year was remarkable, and he did it all with a shoulder injury. Walker Copeland, we talk about injuries, he had a similar shoulder injury, and he played through it the entire season and played very, very well. All of the attention with Ryan Swope and the offensive things that he was able to do, and Walker Copeland quietly had one of the better years that a Westlake quarterback's ever had.
Well, the thing is, he had a good supporting cast, and when you've got Jordan Etier before he goes down, you've got Ryan Swope, you got Dornack, you got Balo. He had guys. You got Kutzinger, and so he had a good supporting cast. And for the most part, he didn't have to win the game. All he had to do was manage it.
Yes,
and
he had the talent around him.
That's it. That's what you do when you got the talent. You get it to them. You get the ball to the playmakers, and that's what they did most of the season. One of those, obviously, Ryan Swope, being probably the premier playmaker on this team on offense, and so that was what they did. Today they come up against a team in the Reagan Rattlers that they faced last year, and you knew what Marcus Wright was about. They saw that last year. This year he rushed for almost 2,300 yards and 32 touchdowns coming into this game, so you knew what he could do. But the defense for the Rattlers, I think, was the story in this game because they never let Swope really get loose. And when he gets loose, that fires up the defense. And so that never happened today. And so you got to give the Reagan Rattlers a lot of credit. The Westlake Chaparrals made a game of this. They were down 3 touchdowns. Don't forget, they were down 21-0 in the first half and scored at the end of that half to make it 21-14. And then they come back and make it interesting. The final score is 34-27. But this game could have really gotten out of hand if the defense for Westlake didn't clamp down on Marcus Wright. But one of the problems they did, when they clamped down on him, they forgot about the quarterback, Derek Walls.
They did indeed, and Walls burned him in the second half with his feet. Also did it with a 47-yard touchdown reception he threw to Patrick Sullivan, which set up one of the 2 second-half scores for the Reagan Rattlers, and Walls really was the difference maker. We talked about Marcus Wright. Yes, he had a day. 200 yards in the first quarter, 2 touchdowns. He added 2 more as the game went on, but he was pretty much a non-factor in the second half as far as explosive plays. He scored from 5 yards out, but that was after an explosive play in the passing game where Walls went up top to Patrick Sullivan. So you talk about a senior class who left it all out on the field and endured so much just to get through the season. And they blew out a couple of teams along the way. In fact, outside of Austin High and outside of Bowie, this team played well and blew everybody out. Surprised at Seguin, again, putting up 42 points in 3 separate occasions in the first half. Again, they were an offensive juggernaut. Again, this offense really had the opportunity to do a lot of different things, but when it came down to it, it was all about the defense, and the defense, I believe, played probably the best game, I would say their best half of football in the second half after having just a nightmarish first quarter that saw 200 yards go up in the rushing department for Marcus Wright and 2 touchdowns and trailing 21-0 after 1 quarter of play.
Right. And you're right. The defense did play well. They only gave up 13 points in the second half. And so the defense did its job. And, Rob's about to talk to Coach Derek Long. And, I'd like to know what Derek Long said to his players as this season comes to an end.
Indeed. We go down to the sidelines now. Unfortunately, for the final time in the 2007 season, Rob Durkee to join head coach Derek Long on the losing end here in the Bi-District Championship round. 34-27 the final score. Rob is with Coach.
Thanks, Joe. Coach, tough game for the Westlake Chaparrals, but a great year. You have to be proud of these guys.
Well, I'm extremely proud of them, and that's what I was just telling them, that in this world you can do things right and you can work hard and you can really want it, but it doesn't always work out that way. And these young men, I feel like they have gone from being a bunch of individuals to being a really close-knit team. They learned a lot of lessons through this year, and they did things right to where you would think that you should win this game. But there's no guarantees in football, and that's kind of the way that life is. And so, hate that it ended this way, but at the same time, I think you can see the character that these young men have in this game today. If we're down 21-0, there's a lot of people that would have just folded their tents and who knows, it could have been 50-0. But these guys, they bowed their necks and kept fighting. We had a chance to win it. And so, that's the type of things that the growth I've seen in these guys and the type of young men that they are, that, this football season, hate to see it end today, but, they're going to make it in life. And, that's the most important thing.
That's right, Coach. Thanks a lot for doing this for us, and thanks on a great season.
Well, thanks, Rob. I've enjoyed it, and, we'll try it again next year. What do you think?
I think that'll be good.
Okay. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you very much. The final thoughts of Derek Long. Rob Durkee.